We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
on ESPN New York and streaming live.
Well, this is quite the series of events that has unfolded in front of us, is it not? Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, where you can chime in and be a part of the show virtually immediately on the ESPN New York YouTube chat. Also, we have a telephone line, 800-919-3776. Another way for you to contribute to our program after a beatdown that has now become a regular thing. And where are the Knicks and who the hell are these guys? Because I can't really understand what's going on here, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll take it and we'll run with it as the Knicks take game one from the Sixers in beyond convincing fashion. The last two games are the single largest margin of victories that the Knicks have ever had in their postseason history. 51-39. Good morning, Bart.
What up? What up? Yeah, I think I left at like 8.
You were at the game.
Yeah, it was. Who's the white guy that hit the three? I was like, if he hit, ain't nobody. I was like, it's time to go.
You'll have to be more specific.
It was a white guy that hit a three, and we was like, pfft.
Tyler Kolek?
Was it
Yeah,
Tyler
Tyler
Kolek?
Kolek. Yes, Tyler Kolek hit the three. He was like, oh man, if he on, because I felt like I was playing NBA, watching NBA Jam. He's on fire. I was looking at Jalen. Brunson was doing his 1-2. Oubre didn't know what the hell to do. They was getting him in there, going underneath, going over the top, and all the things that we feared happened early, and
Yes.
they didn't blink.
Yes.
Like, Cat got in foul trouble, then Mitch got in foul trouble, and it didn't matter.
It didn't matter at all. And it is fascinating that this has transpired the way that it has. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't take much out of last night. I'm not surprised that last night went down the way it went down, simply because the Sixers were a team that played a 7-game series.
Yeah.
They expend a lot of energy coming back from down 3-1 against a Celtics team, which emotionally that's going to take a lot out of you. And when you go on the road for game one a day and a half later, I am not surprised at all that you get your doors blown off. And it frankly does not tell me a whole lot about this series outside of what I would have thought already.
Yeah, game two is what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? See how they respond after Nick Nurse. Adjustments will be made. One thing that was apparent was that Joel and Embiid really don't like playing against Mitchell Robinson because he stays down. He doesn't fall for all the stuff that Cat falls for. And he's able, even when Joel Embiid wanted to do his 1-2, thought he was going to kill a crossover and all that stuff, he was just right there. He never moved. He never reacted to it. So
He did early when he picked up his second, but when he does a little step in, step back, lean in, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but for the most part, Mitchell stayed very disciplined.
Yep.
And then even when Mitchell got into the pick and roll action, he was able to roll to the basket because Joel don't know. Joel's trying to hold off Brunson coming across and then trying to drop back, but Mitchell can rise over the top. So they got out in transition crazy, like the Sixers turned the ball over. After the first quarter, it was pretty much a wrap. And, that means absolutely nothing because I think adjustments be made. It really surprised me because at first I really couldn't pay. I was like, are they in a zone?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, and it threw Philly off. Philly didn't know what to do. They didn't have any offense for it. They didn't have any way to break it down. And I thought that was a smart way to kind of ease into the game, but also a smart way to kind of protect Jalen Brunson.
There were things in this game that, while I expect the Sixers to make adjustments and to play much better in game two, there were things here that I found incredibly encouraging and I think do set a bit of a tone. And it's going to surprise you that I'm going to start here, but I will. And that's with Bridges. Because Bridges on Maxey early in the game, if anybody's going to have spring in their step, it's going to be Maxey and Edgecombe.
Yeah.
And Maxey was really under control most of the night by what Mikal Bridges did. And I'm not talking about the offense, guys. I have to be honest with you. I truly don't care if Mikal Bridges doesn't score. I really don't. As long as you defend, that's all I care about. And that is what we saw last night. That is what we have seen lately. And that is a development that has me extremely encouraged. I'm not saying I'm buying into it completely and that the consistency is there. I'm thrown off right now because Bart is blowing into the side of his laptop.
Like a Nintendo tape, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're not playing Super Mario Brothers here, man, and it's got a little glitch in it.
Bro, my computer hasn't turned on in 2 days.
Well, is it possible because it's not plugged in?
No, it's charged, but sometimes it does this, and I have to hard reset it, but I don't know how to hard reset. It's Control Alt Delete, right?
Sure.
Ray always fixes it.
Like, is that a laptop issue going on right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to get to my notes and get to my stuff, but like it hadn't turned on in 2 days. But when you put the power cord in, I can see that the it's on because but it won't turn on.
But do you have a power cord with you?
Nah. See, even that. See, look at that.
Well, I was like, you know what? If I blow on it a couple times,
but I
maybe
think
it'll
that
turn
means that it needs to be charged.
No, but no. But the thing is, I charged it. I haven't used it.
The battery on the computer may be like really run down.
Bart, how long have you had the laptop for?
This laptop, probably about 4 years. 5 years.
Okay. Yeah, that might be a situation where the battery sometimes, like with certain laptops, it needs to be plugged in all the time. It's very, very annoying, but that's just the case sometimes.
Kind of plugged in.
It's the one for the iPhones, but I don't know if they got enough ampage in it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll try.
Wait, I might have a solution. Hang on.
Because I usually had a brick. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my stats, make sure I'm prepared. Yeah, the big brick. You know what I'm saying?
Here, try this.
Yeah, let's try that brick. Yeah,
Okay.
buddy. Give me the brick. So I can pull these stats up so I can tell the people what was going on. I tell you what, man, in my life, I don't, listen, I said, everybody in the suite, we was in the suite chilling. Appreciate it, Tom. I told him, I said, look, man, if this second quarter is as long as this first quarter, I'm taking my ass home. I'm gonna watch the game from the crib. It was an hour.
Yeah.
Long first quarter. I say, damn, stop fouling.
Yeah.
It was 10 fouls. And then it was like, then you got, here we go. I felt like I was in baseball. Like where, like back in the day, baseball pre teens, like where they bringing this player so they then he subbed this player, like hey man, listen, one sub per like free throw, man. It was crazy. I say, man, listen, the only thing that made up for it is such a blowout that I was able to leave early. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. It was 47-minute first quarter, man.
Well,
it was at 0. Thank you.
All I can tell you is that it needs to be plugged in all the time now. That's the deal. That's the problem.
It just drains that fast.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's so old that the battery gets shot.
And it used to be a touch screen. It's a none screen no more. It used to be I could touch the screen. It was like touch. That don't even
How about
work.
you get
no
a
more.
new computer?
Because this is like be my third one. I bought it in like 3 years, like 5 years.
Well, it's 5 years ago. Come on.
Like how often do you buy a new laptop?
I don't know. Probably every 5 years, something like that.
Damn.
I'll be honest. The laptop I've had that since 2017. It's still
You know
like
what,
the
Tom?
battery.
Screw you.
The battery's fine,
you know what?
but
Honestly, go to hell.
Well,
I don't.
No,
You know,
well,
I'm getting so sick and tired of you with all your morning show love, and now you come out and say, "Oh yeah, Bart, it needs a new battery."
Yeah.
Oh no, by the way, my laptop it's
Mine's
been good
is
since
better- mine-
2017,
mine's
since
is
the
better
turn
than
of the century.
Yeah.
I had this when it came out with a freaking Apple II.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
So that's because Tom goes to the good porn sites. I go to the raunchy
Yeah,
ones.
Tom bought it from Texas Instruments.
Tom, I'm on a bad porn site.
You know, I was going to defend you, Bart, and say you don't need a new laptop. We'll just get you some chargers, but now I don't care.
I love you, Tom, but I've had mine since 2017. I've had it for 9 years. Look at me. The morning show loves me. Yeah, why don't you go hang out with them, all right? Go replace RJ. We'll take him here. I'll make that trade twice on Sunday. No offense.
Oh, we should have the office trade. That'd be dope. Office draft.
Well, listen, here's the point about last night, to get back to this. Why has all of this happened? Now, I understand that you're going to have a blowout every once in a while, but the Knicks, over their last 4 games, have won by an average of 33 points.
That's crazy work. Last 3 games?
Last 4. Since they were down 2-1 to the Hawks last series, they have won by an average of 33 points per game over that stretch. Why has this happened all of a sudden? Because that's what I'm really curious about. I want to know, is this a flash in the pan? Or not the blowouts per se, but playing at this high a level, is that something I can actually count on being consistent?
You want to know why?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's because the effort on defense. That's the difference, to turn up on defense. Like the fact that the effort is on defense, the attention to detail on defense, they're getting a lot of easy baskets. They get a lot of easy baskets because they get a lot of transition points because they're able to get out and get easy baskets. You looked at everything was in the half court pretty much for Philadelphia. So that means that the Knicks are getting back in transition. They're setting up their defense, and they're getting opportunities. Look right there. I'm watching all the effort, the extra passes, the ball movement, and they got wide open shots. Now, they hit them.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if that is a recipe for success because
they're not going to shoot 60-plus every game.
Yeah,
that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, don't fall in love with that, right? And, don't settle. But they were getting downhill too. And, they were getting rebounds, offensive rebounds, because also Cat draws Joel Embiid out. And I see it brewing. Remember, back in the day when he was a member of the Timberwolves, they both got ejected. They got into like a pillow fight, which all, basketball fights are pillow fights, where Joel Embiid and Cat got thrown out. He got him in a headlock and all that type of stuff. When Cat had like
they've supposedly ironed it out since then. But come on,
he had the Menace to Society thing. Yeah, but dog, once you take me down in a basketball game, a head like me, we enemies, we frenemies at best. So Cat hit him with Cat had got the better of him, right? He shot the three, put it in his face, all that type of stuff, and right there he just yammed on him. I'm watching some of the replays right here. Joe doesn't have the foot speed, and he really don't have the burst to go up and challenge you at the top of the rim. So Cat, left hand midi, come up, yams, give me some of the yams. I think they got to keep being aggressive because Joel Embiid is a guy that if you push him to the limit, he'll redline. Because they don't have, they got Drummond, but they don't really have a lot of substitution in their rotation.
No,
I feel like I'm watching Tibbs teams.
No, they don't have a ton of substitution. They're an incredibly thin team beyond the starting lineup.
Yep.
There's not much there to work with.
And Drummond.
Yeah, there's not much there to work with. I mean, beyond Quentin Grimes, there's nobody on that team that I'm not concerned about Quentin Grimes, but there's nobody there who I'm going to look at is going to give him unbelievable minutes or anything like that. I do look at them, and I'm just more concerned that this kind of a stretch, playing as well as they have, if this is as maintainable to play at this level. Now, I think they are markedly better than the Sixers. I honestly believe that as a team. I understand what the talent level says.
Yeah.
And I am not going to be surprised in the least that the Sixers actually came back and if they won game 2 or if they split the first 4 games, one each in Philly and one each in New York. It still has me in the same.
You think it's going 6? You think it's going at least 6?
I think it's going 6. And I don't think it's going 7. I think it's going 6, and it's going to be a 6 not that different from what we just saw. I think this is one of those situations where the Sixers will find their feet a little bit. They'll get situated. They, off of game 1, were kind of in a blender off of a couple of days ago. And the Knicks just hit everything in their way, and there's nothing that surprised me about it in the least.
And I tell you what, man, the energy, like I said, I was in the playoffs last year, when they were playing the Pistons, and I was having fun. But it was flat in there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from the national anthem. I don't know, like, if people thought they started celebrating Cinco de Mayo earlier, but, man, they were lit. Like, the crowd, you had some Philly fans in there somewhere in the suite. I booed the hell out of them, told them to sit their ass down before I drop kick them in the back. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, man, like the atmosphere was electric, and I think the team rode off of that energy because they looked like, well, of course they were the fresher team, but they looked like the more prepared team because I think they had an opportunity to scout both teams as they're going through a Game 7 and watch both of them and devise a plan. Where Philly was just trying to beat Boston, so they had to put it all on the line.
You know what else has me incredibly encouraged?
What's that?
That when I watch Jalen Brunson now, and we're away from the hero ball bit that we've dealt with before.
The McCollum game.
Yes. When I watch him now, I see somebody that is very comfortable within the offense they are now playing that doesn't always necessarily run through him. Still okay to have it run through him when it needs to, like when you get Cat in foul trouble. But, Bart, last 4 games, Jalen Brunson is shooting close to 60% from the floor over this 4-game stretch, and the offense has not been running through him. It's been running through Cat for the most part. And then even last night when it did, he was very comfortable in finding good matchups for him, and that's why you end up 12 of 18 in a game like that.
Let me tell you what happened, what I was excited about. Like, you really saw him play under control, but soon as Cat got that second foul and left, he like, my turn, and he went 8, you know what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went crazy. And they listen, Paul George on him. Paul George, he can create so much space with the short area quickness. Paul George is great, but he doesn't move the same. You know what I mean? Like, he can stay there, be long, but Jalen Brunson goes around the pick. He gets a little step back. Paul George ain't coming up quickly because Jalen can blow by him. So he was able to put him on skates. I think they can't use Paul George on him.
I think the other thing, too, that I'm trying to figure out is this what they are right now? Are they just a team that is consistently now in a tremendous flow state, so to speak? Here's Mike Brown.
It's a lot of fun when you have concepts on either end of the floor, and the guys are trying to embrace those concepts at the highest level. And when they do, it doesn't really matter, what you call or who initiates the action, because guys are trying to play the right way, and these guys are pros, and it'd be any team out on the floor if they're trying to embrace what you're throwing out there, and they're sacrificing and believing and they're connecting and all that other stuff. It can be a lot of fun.
So all of this leads me to this question about what happens when the adjustment is made and this gets figured out. And like, Nick Nurse is a good coach. I expect there to be some sort of an adjustment here where the Sixers can figure out what the Knicks are doing offensively, running it through Cat, and make them adjust accordingly. Last night has nothing to do with any of that. So what does that look like when they do? What does it look like when Nick Nurse does have answers for what they're doing offensively?
I mean, it's the degree of difficulty, I believe, is going to be much harder. But I think the Knicks, because they've been together so long, they're battle tested. And I think maybe Atlanta was good for them, right? Because it forced them to refocus. Like, if we can lose to this team, then we can lose to anybody. So let's tighten our screws up and let's pay attention to the details. Let's execute the game plan. And, Nick Nurse is going to make his adjustments, and then we're going to see how much the Knicks really believe in what they're preaching and what the game plan is, right? Do they deviate or do they stay, 10 toes down with what the game plan is?
Here is Cat on the blowouts over the last 4 games and what he's seen.
We're playing well, but it doesn't mean anything if, we can't find a way to get 3 more wins. So we just got to stick to the task at hand. What you said is the last 4 games. The key word is last. It doesn't have anything to do with the next 3, 4, 5, 6. We got to stay locked in and be disciplined and execute at a high level.
This is the question. Are they going to be able to do that? I'm always fascinated with the old Tysonism about everybody's got to play until you get punched in the mouth.
Yep.
What happens when the Knicks get punched in the mouth in this series and all of a sudden they don't have a couple of answers for what they're doing offensively?
Well,
because I do think they will take a punch at some point.
Well, maybe they don't get punched in the mouth until the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, it's your way of getting the Pistons into the conversation.
No. What I'm saying is,
get there first. But
this can be an ass kicking. This don't have to be close. This doesn't have to have adversity. Like right now, we know Joel Embiid playing the first game knows that means that probably third game he gonna be limited.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, just honest, which might be the
this
wrong.
This just in: Joel Embiid questionable with March Madness.
which might not be the best thing for them, right?
Because then the Sixers get up and down the floor.
Yes, and they become extremely hard to match up with, right? So that's what happened in the Boston series. Remember, Joel Embiid came back and he messed up the flow. They got those first 2 games without Joel Embiid. He came back, he took all the shots. So maybe they go away from Joel Embiid as the primary guy. They have to say, okay, well, the best matchup may not be to go through you and slow it down like that, because the Knicks, all eyes are on you, and they don't really have anybody. Maxi's not a great three-point shooter. Ekam missed a lot of wide-open threes where he was a guy after the ball.
He's not a great shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but, he's not afraid to shoot it.
No, he's not afraid to, and he'll get better. I think he's a dynamic talent.
Yes, he is.
But
he's still little, too.
Yes, and he's a baby.
I ran into Maxi somewhere, and I'm like, this dude's shorter than me.
Maxi's listed at 6'2". He ain't 6'2".
Nah, and I ain't 6'2".
Yeah.
I used to be 6'2", so he about 6 feet, and I'm 6'1" 3/4 or 2/4.
So these are just a few of the things that we have to get into today. But we want to hear from you at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN on Game 1, on your takeaways. And is this just what the Knicks are right now? Like, do we just need to get used to the fact that they're kicking everybody's ass?
That they the belt?
Or is this matchups? What exactly are you expecting this to be? If I had to ask you right now to put a number on this series, are you going beyond 5?
No, I think it's a friendly 5. I think the process, you just don't come together that well. I think the Knicks have so many different ways in which they can defend the Sixers, and they got different ways and different matchups where they can play guys slowly, and they can play with maximum effort because and you're confident in the backup coming in and giving it to you. I mean, you saw early, man, everybody could touch the ball. If my computer worked, I definitely would be able to pull all the facts up. But, just from my eye test, I mean, Cole got in the fourth quarter, son. But even before that.
The starters haven't played in the fourth quarter in 2 games.
That's what I'm saying.
At all. Like, literally, have not played at all.
But before that, the rotation was heavy. I saw Hakakopora. You know what I'm saying? He was there. I mean, because I watched – this is how long the first quarter was.
Well, that's because of the foul trouble.
Yeah, but this is how long it was. I watched Cat come in. Like, I watched Cat start the game. I watched Mitchell Robinson come in. Then I watched Hakapora come in. Then I watched Cat come in, all in the first quarter.
Nick's been this, just didn't want to show it in the regular season. That's Lou gone. See, here's the thing. This is where you guys are going to lose me.
Don't get
we
crazy,
just didn't want to show it in regular season. We want to kick everybody's ass up and down.
Lou,
we've been hiding this secret all year long.
Lou, you was pushed to the brink damn near by Atlanta.
Lou also says Embiid out with COVID for Game 4, also questionable with IBS. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. The lines are open now for you at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN, and get involved in the chat over on the ESPN New York YouTube page. We'll also get to some of the tributes yesterday for John Sterling, which, listen, he's our teammate, and I love him to death. What a phenomenal job that Cade did on his show and on the game last night. And he and Susan Waldman did a fantastic job with it. And there's also some other things to get into with it all that I, want to address because there are some phonies out there. We'll get to them too. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Light them up. We get to the calls next. Plus, why it's already a done deal. I can tell you why it's already a done deal on ESPN New York.
Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right, turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action, from player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. It's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. New customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right, turn $5 into $150 in bonus bets just for getting started. FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action, from player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Start with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
been a rough morning at the George Washington Bridge. Several problems. The latest on the New York side, 95 northbound out by the Sheridan. An accident blocking the right lane. That's still backing things up into New Jersey for at least 45 minutes to an hour for the upper level. Lower level, much better. Lincoln and Holland tunnels with a 30 to 40 minute delay. Verrazano Bridge, Brooklyn bound, a crash being cleared. Lower level, right lane is closed. On the island, Southern State, eastbound side, delays at Belmore. That's construction work. Left lane is closed. And in Hawthorne, southbound 9A at Route 17, a crash blocking one lane. It's up to 45 minutes on train service in and out of New York's Penn Station on New Jersey Transit. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
No matter your age or career stage, SUNY Canton delivers education at the speed of life. With flexible, fully online degree programs, you can earn your credential on your schedule. Ready to get started? Apply now for a summer start in high-demand programs like applied psychology, cybersecurity, healthcare management, and more. Our admissions team is ready to help you review transfer credits, explore degree options, choose courses, and navigate every step of enrollment. Email admissions@canton.edu today or visit canton.edu to learn more.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Michelle Smallman here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Now listen, don't forget, Hahn and Rosenberg tomorrow, live at Scout NYC at their new location just 2 blocks north of the Garden on 35th Street, starting at 3 p.m. Pre-game energy, real fan takes, all the biggest Knicks conversation in the city, all leading you straight into tip-off. Now, if you're going to the game or just want to feel like you are, this is your spot. Hahn and Rosenberg live, Scout NYC, tomorrow, 3 p.m., 2 blocks north of the Garden, 35th Street. Be there. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. This is a ridiculous stat that I tried to sell you in a little bit of a tease that meant something, but I'm not going to tell you that it means a damn thing. But I'm going to give it to you anyway, just because I want you to feel good. And it's a day for you to feel good. Knick fans, it's your day. Let's go. You cannot be holding back on a day like this. And if you are, what the hell are you doing? Here's your stat.
Frauds.
Easy.
No, I'm saying because you look at even guys like Ben Stiller, they were representing the Knicks all the way from the Met Gala. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Give Chalamet credit. He went to the game. He left Kendall Jenner to go off to the Met Gala.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, good job by him.
He left before all the drugs came out.
And Ben Stiller's trying to climb up the stairs at the Met Gala. Somebody said Chalamet goes, and he tweeted, wait, what? But Ben, apparently on the steps of the gala, was like wearing Knicks colors and all that. Was all fired up for it. I give him credit. Listen, I'm never going to question him as a fan. He is a big-time fan. There's no getting around that. But here is the stat. For the team that wins Game 1 by 30-plus points in the history of the league, that team has gone on to win the series 88% of the time. 88%. Now, is that an earth-shattering statistic? It is not. Is it one that will make you feel good today? It is, and that's me. I'm all about wrapping you in my warm embrace and making you feel good about yourselves today because it's that kind of day. You should be. It was another just utter beatdown of an opponent, and is it establishing a new world order at Madison Square Garden? This is what the Knicks are? The new NWO? Jose in Connecticut is going to start us off on ESPN New York.
X-Pop?
Jose, what up, baby?
What's up, man? Feeling good, man. I told y'all yesterday, and Bart, man, you took my point. This team ain't had no defense. No, I'm sorry, no bench. They remind me of the Knicks of last year, right, with no bench. And no one talks about this, which bothers me because I saw some stats yesterday where Brunson, you got to hide him. He can't play defense. Maxey also is a small guard who has a worse defensive rating than Brunson. So you got to hide Maxey and Embiid. And, they just exploited that. So, I mean, to me, I always thought them.
I don't know that I'm going to sit here and let you say that you got to hide Embiid, okay? We know with that.
Right now you do.
But no, what we know is
you have to preserve Embiid.
Exactly. And what we know about Embiid is that he is going to have 2 or 3 games in this series where he looks unbeatable. So you need to count that in. This is definitely a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing with Embiid and the physical nature of the game and his body. And in Game 1, it was highly predictable he was going to look like that.
No, offensively, though. Defensively, even in the first round, he's slow.
He doesn't. No, listen. He doesn't. You can bring Embiid out to the 3-point line. That's obviously a problem.
But 7'2" is 7'2". He's not the liability.
Exactly.
He's a better defender than Cat. Even at his.
No, he's not. Do you see how Cat?
Oh, come on.
Come
on. Don't do this.
Come on, guys.
Don't do this, Jose. Don't do this. He is absolutely a better defender than Cat. He just may not have been last night.
He just ain't pinning it against the glass.
You're basing this off of one game last night. Pay attention.
No, the first round. Did you guys watch the first round of the series? In 2026, Joel Embiid cannot move defensively. That's my point.
You're talking about him moving around up and down the lane like that's a big factor. He's still 7'2" and still alters shots left and right.
Still block shots.
That's what we're talking about. You're not talking about him like he's Jalen Brunson. They're gonna hunt. Oh, they're gonna go hunting for Embiid now. Is that the plan?
Or who's the hill we got? The dude with the ugly ass mustache, Duncan Robinson. Oh God, Bang was like rock paper scissors for him. He's not like that.
You're not going hunting for Embiid. Oh, let me go inside and try to drive it right on the 7'2" guy.
Yeah, you might put him in the action.
You want to talk about moving him around and on a pick and roll and stuff like that, and maybe getting some switches. Okay, I'll buy it, but don't sit here and tell me he's a better defender than Cat.
Yeah, because not only is he 7'2", he looked like he pigeon-toed, which is
guys. Don't see. Here's the thing: we took one call. All it took, Boombaka, one call for me to go from happy-go-lucky to everybody calm down. All right? This is not what you think it is. I don't want to be that guy today.
Booty.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Everybody keep a cool booty.
David and Elizabeth, what's up, D? How are you, bud?
What's going on, Chef? What's going on, Mad Backer? So let's get straight into it. Thank you that you came to me because I want to say this, pause. Just like Chef said, everybody calm down. It was one game. Yes. Down. Exactly. It was one game. Yes, I appreciate that we won by that many points. Brunson was on one. I'm not going to lie. We're cheering for Cat. Cat looks like a big dog, pause. I love everything that I see. But, just like you two gentlemen just said, This is playoff basketball. Yeah, he played like crap yesterday. What you think he's going to do Wednesday? You think he's going to come out and play like crap again? No. You think Maxi's going to miss like that again? No. You think Georgie's going to be missing and getting cooked like that again? No. Bro, it's one game. Let's take our time. There's levels to this. You two gentlemen watch playoff basketball like I did with my older brother. There's one thing that I enjoyed about last night, seeing Brunson on one. Like, I love when, not for nothing, when you go to the go-to guy or the captain or whoever, you know, the white hat on the team is, and he's consistently making buckets and just giving it to the other team. I love watching that. I just want to keep watching that. And let's go Knicks, man. Appreciate you, gentlemen. And, yo, not for nothing. Yo, they trying to take Tom Bauer from you guys in the morning. Yo, Chef, block that. Make sure you get Rick. Appreciate you guys.
It would be nice if Tom would show.
Tom, are you gettable? Hold on. Wait.
Here would be my point.
You out here auditioning?
Hang on.
Hang on, Tom. There has not been a whole lot of. I have not heard a whole lot of fight back from you of, no, guys, I'm already taken. No, they already put a ring on it, which we did.
Or are they trying to? Am I trying to get like exported to the morning show already? Is that what Diva was saying?
I'm asking you if you are, because you're not exactly. Put it this way. The morning show is kind of coming your way and batting their eyes at you, and you ain't holding up the ring finger and saying, I'm already taken.
Well, listen, let me put it this way.
Slid in your DM, son.
I appreciate
See what life is like when you're getting up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Listen, I appreciate the love that everyone shows and all that, but I am here. This is the show I am a part of. I am not part of another show.
He sounds like a college basketball coach in early March.
Man,
Always rumored for about 10 jobs.
This dude about to leave for an NIL deal, man.
What do you want me to do? Say screw the morning show?
No, I want you to say, like, hey, man, listen. It's
yeah,
cool,
I do want you to say screw the morning show.
Like, yo, y'all my peoples. I rock with y'all, man. Listen, they cool, but I don't know, Tom. We've having to force you to say it, Tom.
Listen, they're a fun curveball, but screw them. I'm right here.
You never tell me you love me. I love you. Oh, man, that really don't matter.
Doesn't mean anything when you have to be prompted to say it, Tom.
Do you want me to give you a hug?
No.
Does that make you feel better?
No. If anything, listen, hugs don't make me feel better. They make whoever I'm hugging feel better. That's just fact.
Wow.
You look like a good hugger.
Oh, I'm a good hugger. I've hugged you before.
Yeah, like bring it in here.
Like, bring it in for the real thing.
Double hugs, like, bring it in here.
Yeah. There are people who are very, not uncomfortable with my hugs, but are mystified like the first time that they get one and they know it's not like the fake,
I feel like it's like
introductory hug.
It's like hugging Teddy Ruxpin. You know what I'm saying? Or Winnie the Pooh.
If you hug me tight enough, my belly will say something.
I like Winnie the Pooh. You know what I'm saying?
I got stuck in a tub of honey. How about T.Y. down in Jacksonville on ESPN New York? What's up, T.Y.?
Yeah, long-time fan all the way back to Bart and Hahn. I love you, Carlin, but I do want to, still, rain on the Knicks, joyride.
Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, they going to find a way to mess it up.
Why would you believe that?
In this series, though, they messed it up. Like last year, they went to the next round, and you think they messed it up against Philly, or you think Philly's ready?
Maxie kind of disappointed me yesterday, but I think some kind of way. I'm a Knicks hater, first of all, but I know they're gonna find some kind of way to mess it up.
Yeah, I mean, you're not basing it on anything. That's my
T.
problem.
Wizard, I wonder who's this guy? Who's this team? I want to know.
He's in Jacksonville. The Magic.
He sound like expat.
If it makes you feel any better,
he relocated out of New York and he expat.
Expat. I thought you meant X-Pac. From DX. It sounds like X-Pac. What?
He did tell me over the phone he was a Yankees fan. He just doesn't like the way New York fans are pumping their chest about their teams a lot.
All right, well, New York fans are allowed to do that today, and I had a couple of people in the chat over at ESPN New York's YouTube channel getting on me. Carlin, you said this is our day. We can do what we want. You can do what you want. Just don't get stupid. Just don't get stupid. That's all. It's okay. It's one game. Yeah, but just like last week, I let you have your day. You get your day. It's not even I let you have your day. You get your days when you blow teams out like this.
Because we got very little analysis. When it's ass kicking like this, what's the analysis? Everything
Bart,
worked.
they kicked their ass last night.
Everything
You know
worked.
what, Chris? They did. Your calls next. Honestly. Bart Carlin with you. Glad to be joined right now by Taylor Canfield. He is the U.S. Sail GP team driver. And we are all getting ready for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming up at the end of May. Taylor, how we doing?
Yeah, we're excited for the home event in New York. And, I can't wait to be there and racing in front of all the fans.
Tell us why fans should be excited for the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix.
The racing is just so exhilarating coming in and watching it from the shoreline of Governor's Island and in front of the Statue of Liberty, racing in one of, the biggest, most amazing cities in the world. I'm getting the goosebumps just talking about it. And, these boats are, the fastest boats in the world racing, with the best sailors in the world. It's really cool. And it's going to be so electric in New York. And it's our home event this year. So we're pumped.
We are pumped as well. Taylor, we appreciate your time. He is U.S. Sail GP team driver, Taylor Canfield. We're looking forward to the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix coming at the end of May. Taylor, thanks.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch. I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
The Knicks.
The Let's Go Knicks chants have begun again in earnest.
The 76ers.
And it'll tick down to 0. Ball game over, Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
It's just one game. Now we got to be ready to go for game 2 in a couple days, and we know they're going to be ready.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tomorrow at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
In sports, the tape never tells the whole story. Hiring is no different. AI can make candidates look like an MVP on paper, so knowing the person and the skills behind the resume matters. That's where Robert Half changes the game. Our recruiters combine their expertise with award-winning AI to evaluate skills and fit quickly. Learn how we can find you specialized talent in finance, accounting, technology, and more. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Rich Eisen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payments sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Sail GP is the ultimate race on water, where international teams go head-to-head in F-50 catamarans flying over 60 miles per hour. Think you know who's taking the win in Bermuda? Make your pick on the ESPN New York app. Get it right, and you'll be entered to win an exclusive meet and greet with Sail GP athletes at their team base at the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix. Make your pick now and get closer to the action with Sail GP. Sail GP. High speed, high stakes. The ultimate race on water. Landing in New York, May 30th and 31st.
Got some crazy talk in the ESPN New York chat over on the YouTube channel, where you should be watching the show. 800-919-3776. Now, Sail GP is the ultimate race on water where international teams go head-to-head in F-50 catamarans flying over 60 miles an hour. You think you know who's taking the win in Bermuda? Well, make your pick on the ESPN New York app. Get it right, and you'll be entered to win an exclusive meet and greet with Sail GP athletes at their team base at the Mumbatala New York Sail Grand Prix. Make your pick now. Get closer to the action with Sail GP. Sail GP, high speed, high stakes, the ultimate race on water. Landing in New York, May 30th and 31st. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. A couple of the comments that are coming in on the chat in reference to me. Carlin is a Knick hater. His opinion is always going to downplay the Knicks and moving the bar. That from CJT Spruill. No, not a Knick hater at all. I like the Knicks. I absolutely like the Knicks, and I want things to go right for them. It's good for business. I'm a businessman first and foremost. The longer the Knicks are on here, the longer I can wait to have to talk about the Mets. And they've actually won a couple of games, but still, I don't care. I don't want to talk about the Mets.
It's like they dug a hole 6 feet deep, and they put 4 drops of water in there.
Robert Davis, Carlin kicking Tom out the door. Show him some love, CC. Offer him some donuts. I'm not kicking him out the door. I'm just saying Tom seems like the door's open, and he's kind of hanging out in the door jam. Hey, guys,
it's like he looking through there. Yeah, he looking in there, looking left to right, trying to scope out the room before he step in. It's like when you have to buy like you ever seen like the Storage Wars where they go buy the unit and they can't move stuff around. They
right,
just
he's poking around. See, hey, what's in there?
He's trying to see what he can see in the back. Oh, man.
Am I going to bid on this one?
That look like an antique piano leg.
Let's see here. Lou also checking in on Hugs probably feel a little weaker with the weight loss. Now, listen, don't hate. Don't hate just because I'm looking better.
Congratulate. Don't hate, you know what I'm saying? I'm up way seeing this clavicle, you know what I'm saying? We did our jazzercise for the week. Yo.
We did not yet, but I tell you, you know what I did do? Bought a new belt.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyway, guys, before y'all try to be funny, it wasn't the universal belt where you just put the loop through and you pull the thing like a grip card. It was one with holes and a waist size.
That you actually had to get sized up. That's right. New belt. Take that, haters.
Talk about belt to ass, belt to waist.
Marcus Blackman, Knicks showed the Sixers what they're capable of when running on all cylinders. That's 100% accurate. Listen, I can't remember this kind of a transformation from a team in the playoffs, changing their style of play as quickly and adeptly as the Knicks have, and have seen this dramatic a result as a response of it.
Let's see if they can ride this style all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Just make sure you get there too. That's all. You know.
That's the last thing that anybody wanted.
Alberto in Miami. Going to bail us out of this conversation. Alberto, what's up, baby? How you doing? He's going to save you a couple bucks.
How you doing? Good morning.
What's going on?
Hey, so a diehard Knicks fan. Super excited about this year. Things feel a little different than normal. But you know, I try to be a realist, you know, and just I analyze what could go, you know, what's going great, what could go bad, right? And other than the Knicks imploding on themselves, I'm analyzing, and nobody seems to be talking about Paul George. Is he not the guy that I think, you know, in the back of my head that he could be? Because nobody's really covering much on him, and I feel like even the offense wasn't really being ran through much through him. I don't know if they're going to play that playbook where they're like, you know what, let's run it through Paul George now. Because he was pretty efficient, and he didn't really take that many shots. So what would it look like with him actually taking shots and leading the offense? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, what I didn't like is Paul George was selling a little bit too much. He had favorable matchups, and you can always tell when somebody either one don't have the legs or the energy to kind of, because to drive to the basket takes energy. And he was selling for like fadeaways, take the bailout three. And I think, you know, he's a guy of a particular age as well. And they just played their hearts out for Game 7. And so we'll see how he progresses, if he gets his legs back, if his energy back.
Yeah, because I think he's a scary guy, you know? At the end of the day.
Understandably so. I mean, when you look at his history, I know why it feels that way. I don't – put it this way. I think Paul George at this point is going to have a few moments in this series. I don't think he's somebody that's going to win the Sixers the series.
Yeah.
He could win him a game.
But it has to be Escom, their youth and exuberance, him and Maxey. They got to be the engines. They got to go. They got to get out.
Maxey is so damn fast.
Yeah. And it's so fast that he kind of messes up. Like, he gets up on you so quickly. He making a layup before you even, like, react.
Yeah.
But he missed a lot of those bunnies at the basket.
That's why they beat the Celtics the other day down the stretch in that game.
He
the
refused
Celtics didn't hit shots,
to let him lose. Yeah.
Those two driving layups that he had in that game just blew through people. And splitting double teams like it was nothing. Maxey's the guy that concerns me the most, but Paul George can have moments in this series.
But when Brunson's doing that, he cancels him out. So who's the others that's going to step up? Like, you can't just have Maxey with 30. You got to get somebody else. You got to have Paul George with 20 and Embiid with 20. You got to have. They got to get at least 60 to 70 points from their big three.
Dave in the car phone next. ESPN New York. Dave, what's going on,
When you say car phone, man, it just makes me think
Dave's
of the
in
phone.
the car.
Okay,
yeah.
It just reminds me of the phone that had the numbers on the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had it in a leather case. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was the man with that one.
The big old New York 9X phones. Look, guys, I'm happy for the Knicks. Thanks for having me on.
Looks like a brick you're holding up to your
the
head.
Knicks are winning. But I just want to make this clear. This is just my opinion, and I want to run it by you guys. I think last year was a window for the Knicks, and I think this year is the window for the Knicks. I think they need to punch through to the finals and try to seize the moment.
They have to.
It's lined up for them. If they don't, Wembanyama will evolve into the greatest player in the league.
And Castle.
Jokic might mess around and leave Denver and go build his legacy, a more noticeable legacy in L.A. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, the Greek Freak will find another home somewhere else. And if he goes to anybody that has any resemblance of a team, you know, the Knicks it's gonna be very hard to get to this mountaintop again. What are your thoughts? And thanks for having me on.
No, absolutely. And, you know, it's rumblings that, Devin Booker could be up with those Detroits. You know, he's from Grand Rapids, so that's something there. If not, Trey Murphy. If not, you think about Utah, they're big sellers because they got all these picks. They're trying to become the next OKC with being able to get young guys. Who's your guy from Rutgers they got last year?
Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey. They're trying to build real, and learn marketing, even though he's in his 20s. He's been in the league for a long time, so learn marketing. The Pistons are looking into him. And you got teams that are going to try and tweak. Like the Knicks have already done that, right? They have an impending Jalen Brunson free agency that's coming up, and Cat's going to be eligible for some things too. So you got to ask yourself, am I going to get Cat more money, or am I going to try and get him out of here for upgraded piece? You know, Miami, you always got to worry about Miami. You know, when they're disappointed to be able to get a guy like Jokic, they've been the team that's flirted with stars and not got one in a long time. And Ja Morant's going to be out there too. Like, does the Pistons go with Ja Morant, or does somebody say, hey, because he's going to go at 10 cents on a dollar?
Mark is checking in here with Atlanta was tough for Brunson. The Sixers don't have anyone that can check him. Here's the thing that I would point out about that, though. The last 3 games of the series, he did a pretty good job. And it's because the offense was running differently, and it just shows that Brunson doesn't have to have the offense go through him all the time.
He's picking his spots. He's picking his spot. He waited till Cat go down. As soon as Cat go on, he's like, I'll get my buckets up.
Is your computer turning on yet?
It's on.
It's on? What do you got, 12%?
Yeah, I'm about at 14. You know what I'm saying?
It's Bart and Carlin.
By the end of the show, I'll be ready to do the show.
Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. If you're a Knicks fan, what are you doing? Today's your day. 800-919-3776. How quickly is this series going to be over? Are you wrapping this up that quickly? What are your takes on what you saw in Game 1? Is it all sustainable? 800-919-3776. ESPN New York YouTube channel. Contribute on the chat there as well. So many ways for you to be a part of the show.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Ball game over. Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win.
They have a chance to get out of the East, like a legitimate chance to get out of the East. Oh, yeah, that's where I am, too.
Everyone is unselfish. We're sacrifice individual numbers and stats for the betterment of the team.
This version of the Knicks, this ceiling that we're seeing right now, you expect them to get out of the East now? Yeah, I think everyone does.
A 1-0 series lead, and the Knicks have made history again, becoming the first playoff team in NBA history to win 3 straight games by at least 25 points.
If you ask the average Knicks fan what you think the minimum to do in this postseason now is, it's the finals. Yep.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
The Knicks.
The Let's Go Knicks chants have begun again in earnest.
The 76ers.
And it'll tick down to 0. Ball game over. Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
It's just one game. Now we got to be ready to go for game 2 in a couple days, and we know they're going to be ready.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tomorrow at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
And Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Peter was on Get Up this morning and just seeing a replay of that, talking about Backlash this week for the WWE. I noticed this with Hahn, too, and I'm not making any judgments. I've addressed this directly with Hahn last week. Hahn, I thought, with the salt and pepper that he had going on, looked absolutely phenomenal. I think it was a great mixture in his hair. We talked about it on the air a week or two ago, and he said his wife not that in love with it. And so Hahn has gone back to a little bit of the color on the sides, left a little bit of
splash,
little salt out there.
It is salt away.
Peter's hitting the black marker pretty good on that beard. It is a jet. Like we just taking a paintbrush and going right to it. Is that what we're doing? What are we doing?
He got the Sharpie.
I think so.
But
it might be the Sharpie.
I'm waiting for one to pop back up.
See, it just came on. He's wearing black pants and a black shirt, and his beard looks blacker than both of them.
We call that the Beijing. Maybe you should put a little Auburn in it. You know what I'm saying?
What's Auburn? I don't know what that is.
It's like a dark brown color.
Okay.
I already knew that because I used to have a teammate named Peabody, and he used the Auburn. He was Samoan, Polynesian, and he went heavy with it.
But I mean, what are we hanging on to? Like, Hahn is going to be good looking for the rest of his life.
Yeah, so he can play around.
Hahn can do anything he wants.
When you handsome like that, like I'm waiting for him to have his like Michael K. like throw the little beard, grow the beard out.
Hahn could put on a soul patch and he'd still be chased by women.
He look like a Stetson man. You know what I'm saying? Like a little Stetson man.
Yeah, like he can do whatever he wants and he's going to look good.
Like a tall-ass cowboy that's taller than a horse.
Listen, Peter looks good too. It's just the beard, we don't need the black Sharpie. That's all.
He in hip-hop, you know what I mean? Hip-hop, that's what they doing, you know what I'm saying?
You got to cling to the illusion of young. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Oh, okay.
Like Curtis Blow, like you old as hell. Like, like I don't know if Meth does it. Meth is like turned into like a zaddy too. You know what I mean?
Is that true?
Yeah. But women love Method Man right now. He's in the gym getting it in early. Shout out to Meth. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame fan for the Jets. I inducted him class of 2024, I think.
What's Redman up to these days?
Redman's crazy as hell. Like he's like a vegan, like
what?
Lean. Yeah, he's like super into like working out in parks and stuff like that. He's an avid skydiver too, man. Like
skydiver?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's crazy. He's crazy on his like the skydive like place where he can make himself go all the way up, drop all the way down, but he's skydive.
Oh, is he on like one of those fake things that's a fan blowing up from the ground?
But he also skydives.
He also
he just do that to practice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like he's a master with it. Like he's all like Redman's skinny, but he yoked up. Like all he does is like park workouts. He's like one of those dudes, and he's still putting out music, man. Shout out to Redman.
Redman is. Let me tell you something, and I think I've told you this before. The single greatest episode of Cribs ever was Redman.
And that wasn't his real crib.
No, it wasn't his real house, but just the fact that he took him through this tiny little house where he's just hanging out, and a buddy of his is asleep on the floor, and he goes, "Hey, that's Sugar Bear. Don't worry about him. That's my guy, Sugar Bear." And he's just walking around showing everybody.
I used to love that show, man.
Cribs is a great show.
And he put a twist on it, man. He was being super funny, man. It was dope because I knew where he lived. I know because his wife was like my spin instructor.
No, listen, I knew it was obviously a joke when he did it, but it was funny and it worked well. And I liked Redman. That's all. I hadn't heard from him in a while. At least in my shocking. You'll find this shocking. Redman and I don't run in the same circles.
You know what's crazy? Redman and Method Man don't hang out like outside of like the studio. I thought like they were like best friends, be goofing off and stuff like that. Redman's Meth's actually selling his Staten Island house too.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
I wonder where he's moving. I don't know.
All right. I get a piece of it. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. More on the Knicks here in a few minutes. Let's spend a few minutes here on the tributes that we got for Sterling yesterday.
Yeah. It was great.
It really was.
I went and listened to the fan because I knew they would have like some of his stuff. So, it's no beef. We compete, but it's no beef. You know what I mean? I knew that they would have
but they could play his highlights.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, they could play his highlights. You know what I mean? So I wanted to, hear some stuff from Sterling, to hear Susan.
Speak for yourself on the beef thing, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if it's smoke, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, you're
always there. Yeah, there's really no smoke.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being, I heard Michael's show yesterday, and I sat here in this chair for the first 20 minutes because I really wanted to hear what he was going to talk about with John. And it was obviously exceptionally emotional for him. And I can't imagine when you work with somebody for that long and you basically spend 200 days a year with them.
That's crazy.
What
more than your
kind
family.
of a relationship you have.
More than your family.
Yeah. And him and John and Susan Waldman have been around that team since the late 80s.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing to hear Michael talk about it. I thought, listen, he's our teammate. Michael's been a good friend for a long time. There was nobody else besides him and Susan that I wanted to hear talk about John yesterday.
Yeah.
And I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And for those who missed it, this was Michael last night when Aaron Judge homered in the game.
And the pitch. High drive. Right center field. Going back to Veras. It is high. It is far. It is gone. Aaron Judge. A Judgian blast. Here comes the Judge.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's absolutely perfect. And it's what you want it to be. It's the emotion with which Michael spoke about John. And there were some things that I didn't know. Like I knew John had 4 kids, and I knew he had them. We were talking about had them later in life and had triplets at one point. And I did not realize this. His daughter is getting married this summer, and he was desperate to make it to the wedding and to be able to walk her down the aisle. And that's just absolutely heartbreaking.
That's tough.
That he was unable to do it. But what I really did love is that there was an outpouring for John yesterday that was well-deserved. And frankly, I'm going to be honest, I think a little bit too late in a lot of ways. Because you want somebody to get to experience how much they're loved when they're around. And I think John got a lot of that toward the end with the Yankees. But, you know, I've got people, so the guys were talking about it on the morning show today. You know, John should be in the Hall of Fame. Of course he should. But there are guys all over baseball yesterday who are doing John tributes, and it's great, and we're remembering him and all those things. But John's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame because John was not widely loved around the game. Like, people looked at John like he was more of a caricature than a broadcaster. And so just to give you a little insight, the people that vote on broadcasters to go into the Hall of Fame are 13 current Hall of Fame broadcasters and 3 people who cover broadcast journalism or stuff like that. Basically, 3 of those folks. And John around baseball was never viewed as, well, he's a great tactician as a baseball announcer. Well, that's not what John was. I can say 2 things clearly.
He was an entertainer.
He was an entertainer. And that, yes, was he over the top with some things? Sure. But was John good for the game? You're damn right he was. John was great for the game.
You can arguably say he worked on the most iconic brand there is in baseball.
Yeah.
And he did it for 29% of their history. So how can you not – are they saying, well, it's easy to work for the Yankees? Because it's not. The standards are high. The crowds are big, and the scrutiny is enormous, right? So, of course, like, to dare to be great in this market and to sit up and have a different style in this market, you're going to be judged because everybody pays attention all the time, right? Inside ears, casual ears, right? So everybody has their critiques. But to be able to have a job in this market for that long and for them to think that you're good for their brand and they enjoy what you do, the relationships with and how fitting is it, right? That it's Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Like it's super. Like to me, it's like it was so perfect, right? It's almost like God smiling on us that Michael Cade can pay tribute based off of Aaron Judge's home run. And Judge always seems to have the right play for the right time and the right moment.
And listen, there were plenty of statements yesterday from players. I thought Jeter's statement was great. A-Rod's statement was great. And you want to hear from all those guys about John. I guess and maybe this is, it's probably just me knowing a little bit more about the inner workings of how everything has gone over the years. I feel like John got a lot of love yesterday from across the game that he didn't get from across the game because he was not like a broadcaster's broadcaster. He was not the guy that was going to be just so nuts and bolts in everything that he did. Like, he always caught so much needless flack. And if you didn't understand what he was doing and you didn't like it, well, that was just you. And, you know, Phil Mushnick from the Post has always been a guy that's ripped John to shreds. And I don't really care whatever he has to say about it this week.
I don't know why they give him so much power.
Well, like, he doesn't have that much power, but he hasn't written anything this week, and I'll be curious to see what he writes this week. But guys like Phil just want the nuts and bolts of the game and just tell me every last little blade of grass and what's happening there and all that, as opposed to trying to entertain me. And John was just doing it differently. And you can say, well, John made it about John. I think a lot of people around the game didn't like John because they felt like he made it about John. Well, John was a showman.
Correct.
And was he adding flair to it? Was there, I told you, nobody loved being John Sterling more than John Sterling. Correct. Did he have an ego? Of course he did. I haven't met anybody in this business that doesn't have an ego.
And honestly, what great entertainers don't have it. If you consider yourself, hey, I'm here to entertain, because I'm not here to be the most technical journalist or analyst. I'm here to entertain and make people's rides and commutes and daily life more better. I can care less about – I can be up here and be straight nerd. I can go Geek Squad. I can go Pro Reference. I can go Sports. I can do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But when you want to – it depends on what you're trying to accomplish.
And I want to be clear. I'm not really talking about anybody in New York or anybody specific. I'm not. It's just this is how it was across the game. The reason why John does a team for 35 years, and it's the most iconic brand in professional sports, and some of his calls are the most iconic in baseball history, and you're not in the Hall of Fame, is because some people didn't like the way that he did it. The traditional broadcasters didn't like that John. They thought John was more about John.
What's wrong with
okay,
that?
That's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't mean he wasn't great at his job.
And what I don't like is the people that pretend that they're about everybody else, but they're really about themselves. At least I prefer the honesty.
Yeah. It's like, there have been plenty of people over the years we talk about this with the Baseball Hall of Fame with so much more reverence than any other Hall of Fame because of the steroid era and all those kinds of things, and gatekeepers and I'm not saying this happens now, but there have certainly been people over the years that have voted because they don't think somebody's a good person as opposed to anything else. And let's be clear on something. This is not the case with John. Like, nobody thinks John was not a good person. Like, John was an entertainer at heart, but there was, like Michael said this yesterday and Susan said it too, there was not an ounce of malice in the guy's heart, okay? Did he love himself some John? Absolutely. But it was all in good fun, and John was kind of in on it. He understood what he was. And that's what was so great about it. But there were people in baseball that to treat it like it's their gatekeeping of, I'm going to keep this guy out, and they'll do it for different reasons over the years. There were plenty of guys who were kept out because they may have been jerks to writers as players over the years, and they kept them and they kept them waiting and things like that. There may have been people who've been kept out of the Hall of Fame for many, many different reasons, whether or not about Pete, you thought whatever you thought should happen, that's up to you. But Pete, you can't deny what he meant to the game. And this is what I'm saying about John. Like, John is none of those things. There's no complicated legacy about what John was. John is a Hall of Fame broadcaster because of the team that he did, the style with which he did it, and I can honestly tell you that the flair with which he did it made it better. Made it better. Made the games better. Made it more entertaining. And it's not because somebody's trying to make it about themselves. It's because they're just adding something to it and doing it a little bit differently. Yeah. And I hope that John, and I think he did toward the end of his career, but I really hope, and I know he did from fans and such, but I heard Susan talk about it. I heard Michael talk about it. Yeah. That John would get criticism and he would be bothered by it. He would really be bothered by it because he didn't understand why people would be critical like that. Yeah, especially for a game like baseball, right? So, like, thinking about a game like baseball, like understand, like, bro, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be, like, we're children, right? Like, that's the great thing about loving sports. It's like Neverland. You can be Pinocchio. You know what I mean? Not Pinocchio. What's Robin? Yeah, Peter Pan. Yeah, you can be Peter Pan. You don't have to grow up. John was Peter Pan. Yeah. In a lot of ways, you know? Yeah, you don't have to grow up. Like, he did it for so long. And the problem sometimes when you retire so late in life, you don't give people time to not have you there to say, damn, I really miss John Sterling, right? So, yeah. So like 5 years from now, but he left so late. I mean, what did he leave at, 85, 84? 87. No, I'm saying, but he left at 84. He left at like 85. 85, right? So he left at like age 85. So, like, we didn't have the 5 years to miss. Like, man, remember how John Sterling, like, this new guy, because it's always like, oh, this new guy, he's okay, but he's not John Sterling, right? And then you have the old guys and the young guy debate. Like, you have the guys start calling up, like, man, like, John Sterling needs to be. So we didn't have that time to let that go through so that he can hear the debates about why he was like this, right? Because sometimes you start missing people only when they're gone. And when I'm saying when they're gone, I'm saying gone from the professional, like when somebody retires from basketball. I'm not saying gone, in the literal sense, like passed away. Like when people leave their job and they've done it for a long time, like you sometimes it takes you a while to say, man, I missed this. Think about the fact that John didn't get the job until he was 50. That's crazy work. He didn't get the Yankee job until he was 50 years old. Another proof in the pudding that, hey, it's never too late to make it happen. Like, I forgot they show all the people, like, I think Colonel Sanders, like, discovered KFC at, like, 68 or something like that, 65. Like, sometimes we think that once we get to, like, in our 40s, late 40s, 50s, that it's over with. A lot of people don't get their breaks to their 40s or 50s. And he got his at 50? Man, that's miraculous. Maybe because he waited so long, that's why he didn't want to step aside. And listen, he did a lot of things before that were at a very high level, but to reach the apex of what you're doing, not until you're 50, and then to do it for 35 years. I think I saw a call with what's her name? He did a Nets game not too long ago. Sarah Kustok. Yeah, Sarah Kustok. Yeah, it's 7 or 8 years ago at least, or something like that. Filled in, and he was right in. Nets win. The Nets win. Nobody was perfect along the way. John was never perfect along the way, but we don't want perfect. We want passion. And I get bothered by, maybe it's just part of getting older. You just want people to get to experience what they meant to other people. You want them to feel that. And I hope John got to feel that. I think he did. And I think he understood what he meant to Yankee fans and certainly what Yankee fans meant to him and what the team meant to him. But the best part of yesterday, I think, was really just hearing, because this is part of it I didn't know. I knew that John had been divorced, but just how much his kids meant to him in every way. Because Michael was talking about the fact that John did not really open up about his childhood growing up, but when he did, you kind of got the impression that it was not the easiest one. And that he went out of his way to make sure that his kids were not going to experience anything like that. That he was, no matter what it was, I don't know what it was, no matter what it was, his kids were always going to feel loved and were always going to feel as if he's a part of their lives, no matter what happened, in the marriage or anything like that. And just to hear John and Michael and Susan talk about John yesterday and how much he's still a part of, like, his ex-wife's new family or their new husband, and still was the holidays with the kids and all that stuff. I mean, that's rare.
You get to an age like you like, man, listen, I just want to be around my kids. Listen, I appreciate what we had. That takes a lot of maturity. You got to grow into that one.
Yeah. But think about that. And then she, who was considerably younger, she was totally good with that. Yeah. Wanted him around and wanted, like, that tells you what kind of perfect he was. So what kind of person he was. So I guess it just kind of bothered me yesterday. Not that he was getting his flowers, but I just hope that he got them. He was getting his appreciation from across baseball yesterday, which I don't think he got
the love
toward the end of when he was actually doing it. You know? And I hate when, you know, we get to this point and people don't get to experience it when they're alive.
Exactly.
So I hope he did. And I don't know for a fact whether he did or not. Listen, I told you yesterday, he called me up that time and wanted to help his kids with Rutgers because he was looking at it, and he said, just tell them they're my children. Yeah, you know, because I was kind of pointing him in a direction there. And that's John, but he, again, doing it in a funny way, not in a malignant way.
He's dead ass serious, but you know what I'm saying? But he
and had no idea what was going on with the whole USC thing with Lori Loughlin about any of that stuff.
And that's on the West Coast. That's not how we do business in New York. Hey.
But it was really funny that he would do anything he could for his kids to try to help them on that front. Like, John, we knew each other to say hello and chatted, but we never talked, and he just picked up the phone and kind of called out of the blue. He was a nice man. He was a genuinely nice man. And I'll tell you what, there are a lot of people in the industry that you can't say that about. I promise you there are.
Ain't that the truth?
And no matter what you thought about John as a broadcaster, if he wasn't your taste, you don't have to disregard what his impact was. All right, he didn't tell you that the wind was blowing at 8 miles an hour out to right center field. I'm sorry that he may not have told you that. But don't be a jackass and not understand what somebody's impact on the game is.
We should have the top 10 industry jackwagons.
Trust me, that's a list I could fill up very quickly. Very quickly. And it's also a list that would be a unanimous list. Like, other people in the industry would be like, yep.
Name two.
No, I never do that now.
Name two.
I'd never do that.
Name two. Give me some initials.
I wouldn't do that. Absolutely not.
Just initials.
Well, the only guy I've ever said that about is Jim Gray. So. And I won't back off that. He's a jackwagon. He would be on the list.
Still riding Tom Brady's coattail.
That's one I'll give you. Jim Gray. Bang. Right there. You happy? I did appreciate the outpouring and love of support. I thought the Yankees, it does need to be pointed out a couple of things. The Yankees did an amazing job with that last night, with having Michael and Susan at home plate, with putting flowers on home plate. Aaron Judge was absolutely fantastic. Think about this. Listen to Aaron Judge after hitting his home run and what he was thinking about.
Just thinking of his call, what he gave us on that one. Definitely seeing that tribute hit home, because he loved the Yankees. He loved this team. He loved this franchise. He loved the fans. He loved everybody he talked to on a nightly basis. So to do that there in the first, just kind of was chuckling around the bases, thinking what he was probably saying.
Think about that. You're Aaron freaking Judge.
Yeah, man.
And you're thinking about what John Sterling would have said about your home run right then.
Because you go from a fan, you go from a player to a level of admiration, like for somebody because everybody knows what John Sterling meant to the team. He's been around before when Judge was in the minors. So I'm sure even just imagine when he called Judge's first one. I'm sure Judge went home and tried to figure out, man, what did he say? Right? How did it sound? And that's what when you become a staple of a brand or organization, you become a part of that organization. Even though he worked for the team, he felt like he was the team. Right? Like talking to him, or it felt like you were talking directly to upper management.
Yep.
And that is a rare thing when you become blended. You become around the organization so much that you become blended in the lines are blurred between do you work for the team or do you or are you somebody that's a part of the team or you work for the team?
And John and Susan and Michael always know and knew who they were broadcasting to, Yankee fans. That relationship between the hometown you call people homers or all that, there is a relationship that exists that's incredibly important between the fan and their hometown broadcaster. Incredibly important.
I feel like a hometown broadcaster should be like Issa Rae when she was at the award show. Who you rooting for? Everybody black. You know what I'm saying? It should be like, yeah, I'm rooting for the Knicks. Like, why do we have to hide it? I think it's more insulting to me. It's more insulting to me when you act like you're not biased.
Couple of the comments coming in. Tutty time. Sterling sounded perfect for New York. The people, the energy, the culture. When I think of New York, entertainment and energy are what I think about. And that's John. That's absolutely true. John was about that. He was unconventional, but he was amazing at it. And this is true. I had forgotten about this. I saw a couple of the highlights of it yesterday. And I shouldn't even call it highlights. When John, in his last year, got hit by the foul ball. Justin Turner hit that ball behind home plate and on one bounce. And John called it. Oh! And then, but then continued and finished. Like he took a massive shot in his 80s to his head and finished the game on a foul ball. You know how hard that's coming back at you?
That would have hit Greeny. He would have missed 3 weeks.
I would have taken a month off if it went to the booth next door. Anyway.
Oh, man. It was like I remember that day. It's like old school. Dude, you took one to the juggler, dude. That's so cool. Like, dude, you're crazy. What are you talking? I like you. You're crazy. Like, bro, you got a huge hematoma. You got Hakeem Rockman on your head. Hey, man, I got a job to do, man. Take your young ass out of here.
I just want to stress this again. For Michael, for Susan, for the Yankees, great job. I mean, great job honoring somebody that deserves it. And I certainly think of them among the many people that John touched in his life. And that, you talk about living a life. John Sterling lived a life, for sure.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
The Knicks.
The Let's Go Knicks chants have begun again in earnest.
The 76ers.
And it'll tick down to 0. Ball game over, Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
It's just one game. Now we got to be ready to go for game 2 in a couple days, and we know they're going to be ready.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tomorrow at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
Wait! Before you change the station, listen to this.
Donate your car at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and a tax deduction.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Donate your car today.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds, resilience matters, and history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers as they compete on one of the sport's most storied stages. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek. Don't just watch greatness. Experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
A reminder for all Met fans during the remainder of can I start this again? Can I speak in a sentence? That would be nice. Programming alert, Mets fans. For the remainder of the Knicks playoff run, whenever the Mets schedule overlaps with Knicks games, Mets radio coverage will be moved over to 1050 ESPN to accommodate Knicks radio coverage on 880. So Mets game days, when the Knicks don't play, you'll be able to tune into the Mets baseball on 880. So, for instance, tomorrow, Mets will be on 1050, Knicks will be on 880. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, 800-919-3776. Tom Bauer is here with a little bit of audio files that involves the New York Knicks. Hit it.
The audio file.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Chris.
Tom, let's hash this out. God, I can't speak today.
Yeah. Speak slowly. Take a deep breath here.
I feel like we've gone down the wrong path a little bit because I won't be lying to you here. The morning show has been giving you all this love off of last week, and while I don't think we're losing you to them anytime soon, it still feels like I'm a little bit jilted as a lover that we brought you into this world, and you're somebody that's all of a sudden everybody's paying attention to. You're the pretty girl who took her glasses off and let her hair down.
He accepting compliments from other dudes, which ain't cool.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, maybe that's more of a me thing, but it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt us if you would shoot them down pretty quickly, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, listen, again, I will always say I try and be humble as I can. I appreciate.
No, I don't want you to be humble. I don't want you to. I don't want you to not hurt anybody's feelings. You just say to them, "I'm sorry, taken."
Yes.
That's it. Period. End of sentence.
Yes.
That's it. It's not thanks for your interest. It's not, oh, you guys are great. I like you, all this stuff. But, I have a boyfriend. No. It's not any of that, Tom. It's, no, sorry, punks. You're late. You wish you got to the party earlier and you would have recognized what those guys saw. How about that?
That's a good way of putting it. I'm not going anywhere soon. Don't worry about
it. Not soon. Not as soon. We're soon.
I'm trying to say I'm not going anywhere at all.
That's none of that. You say I'm not going anywhere. You stop the sentence there. Not going anywhere soon. Soon is I got my head on a swivel and looking around. You sound like a college basketball coach who is rumored to be taking another job at the end of the year, and they just sit there and say, "Well, I'm the coach here at NC State."
Well, I was just doing my Tibbs impression. That's all. But no, I'm not going anywhere. Don't get it mixed up. I'm not leaving. Do you want me to go like a full Leo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street? Do you want me to curse and...
No, I don't need it to be performative. I just need it to be, something that I think you actually mean. That's all.
I'm not going anywhere soon. Don't worry. Morning show, rotten hell.
Hey,
how about that?
There you go. That's what I like. And also, Peter's on first take. Is he lost?
That's not nice.
He's talking about Fatu. Roman Reigns.
Did he walk onto the set by accident and they just turned on the camera? What happened?
It's bring your kid to work day. Greeny's illegitimate child.
All right. What do you got?
Okay, so let's talk about some of the Knicks highlights from last night. So, of course, the big story is the Knicks shooting over 60% for the night. Of course, you might not expect that going forward, but then again, the Knicks have been beating opponents by 25, 30 plus for the past few games. So Mike Brown was asked about the Knicks reaching the state of flow with the offense.
It's a lot of fun when you have concepts on either end of the floor, and the guys are trying to embrace those concepts at the highest level. And when they do, it doesn't really matter, what you call or who initiates the action, because guys are trying to play the right way, and these guys are pros, and it'd be any team out on the floor, if they're trying to embrace what you're throwing out there, and they're sacrificing and believing, and they're connecting and all that other stuff. It can be a lot of fun.
I have to say, this does look like the most fun that I've ever seen them have in quite some time. And you understand why. I mean, it's 4 games where they're winning by an average of 33 points.
Yeah.
It's absurd how ridiculous this has been. And obviously it can't continue at that level. But is this just what it is now with their offense?
Yeah, you got to be so locked in, though, too, because you understand that just like you're getting all this craze and, everything is good, it can go bad in a moment, right? You got to see it through. When you're trying to win a championship, you got to stay focused and see the forest through the trees. And they know that they won't even get the love that they deserve or want until they get past the point that they got last year. Like it's sometimes it's the most frustrating thing. It's like being a Yankee, like winning a division and stuff like that. You get small accolades with that. It's just okay. They expect so much more from you guys because the expectations is sky high. The expectations is championship or bust. You got to at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals, to even have an opportunity to do that.
Next.
So the one thing that the Knicks do have to keep an eye on going forward in the series is the foul trouble. You saw Cat get into it early on, then Mitchell Robinson picked up 2 quick fouls, and then you have Huck Porty coming in the first, and then, of course, Cat came back out there and had to take care of situations. But Mike Brown also spoke about that and said, listen, guys, we need to clean that up.
We have to be better with our fouling. We can't expect them to shoot 34. They doubled us in free throw attempts. We can't expect them to go to the free throw line 34 times and us to, get a win the way we did. So we have to be better keeping them off the free throw line.
Look, that's going to be an issue just in terms of the foul trouble, okay? I do expect, even though it happened last night with Embiid and with Cat, and getting Mitchell Robinson in some early foul trouble, it wasn't a big factor. At some point, it's going to be. Yeah,
you can't give them easy baskets, especially when they're struggling offensively. They were really having trouble getting into sets and get open looks. And when they did get open looks and skip the ball and reverse the ball, like they still were missing wide open shots. You can't expect that to happen. The basketball guys usually tend to be even, right? And you're not going to shoot 50% from 3 every game. And it's going to be times where they're going to be able to shoot a little better too. Even though their guys, aren't great outside shooters, they'll have a game where they shoot at a higher percentage where it puts pressure. What you don't want is for you to have to win with the depth of your team because you're in foul trouble and you're making it easier for them because every foul goes to a shooting opportunity for them. Free throws are free. You don't want to give away free points.
Tom, next.
Yes, so I'm going to get into some Philly cuts in a moment here, but I just want to play this one from Jalen Brunson because even though the Knicks have been winning big, he's keeping it humble right now.
Honestly, you got to take this game with a grain of salt and just kind of move forward. I don't think we're going to see that team that we saw in Game 1 and Game 2. They're going to be ready to go.
Correct approach to have.
Of course, and he's right, because to me, when you have a team that is coming off a Game 7 where they came back from down 3-1.
One day to prep for the game plan.
Yeah, if you would expect anything other than what happened last night to happen, not necessarily 39-point win, but a 20-point win, then I just think you're not paying attention.
They probably didn't have a shoot around. They probably just had a film study. They were recovering on their off day. They had one day before their off day. Saturday, Sunday was off, Monday playing.
Yeah, I don't think there was any doubt that was in the offing last night. And if you listen to my guy Joe Fortenbaugh last night on SportsCenter, you knew that you should be laying the 7.5. Next.
So one of the things I saw floating around Sixers fandom, maybe it was the local media there, I'm not exactly sure who started it, but there was talk that fatigue was going to be a factor for the Sixers in this series because, they just came off of a Game 7, and some people are like, maybe it's not fair that they have this quick turnaround, which I have an answer to that, but that's not the point here. Nick Nurse was asked about that, though.
You can't make excuses, that's for sure. We knew it might be difficult, but you're never gonna go into the game and say this is gonna happen. You got to see it played out. And I really thought it was okay there at the start, but obviously it kind of hit us.
Yeah, listen, it's not an excuse. It's just factual as to what was going to happen. And now they get a little bit more of a time to reset. Unfortunately, Game 2 becomes the Sixers' Game 1, and they're going to find themselves in a hole to begin with, just the way this worked out. Now, if you're the Knicks, it's the Brunson approach to it all. We are not going to see that team again, and I absolutely believe that to be the case. I still think this is a 6-game series at worst for the Knicks, but there's no reason for me to think that the Sixers aren't at least going to punch back at some point.
Of course, they're not going to sit there they're a prideful team. They're a veteran team. They have composure. They've been in the playoffs. Playoff P's been in the playoffs. Maxey, Joel, I know he hasn't had the results that he wanted, but they're not going to panic. He's a former MVP. He's going to believe in what he's doing. They're going to figure out a way to make it a lot more difficult for the Knicks going forward.
Next.
And now let's hear from everybody's favorite Philadelphia 76er, Joel Embiid. I don't know why I sounded excited.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, Tom, other than, I was going to use a word I can't use.
Oh.
You sounding a little jerkish.
Listen,
but, think of a different word.
It's not you can't use it. It's that you're probably going to use it once.
That's fair. That's fair. And here's the problem, too. I can say it, and then you could dump it, but it still ends up on YouTube. And that's a bigger problem. Then it lives for eternity.
That's right. And the biggest problem is, if you say it, it will live forever in my heart.
No, that's not the biggest problem. No, that wouldn't be the big problem. You did sound like just, going out of your way to be a jerk there, but that's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. It's only Philly. So Joel Embiid.
See, I don't have the Philly hatred because I work there that everybody else has. I understand it, and it was only for a year, but I understand them more than you people do. That's why I don't have that hatred.
They want you to be the Grand Marshal in the if they ever bring the Wing Bowl back.
Oh, listen, there were plenty of people down there who didn't love me for sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Remember the Jason Kelsey speech?
Yeah, at the
I'm
end.
pretty sure one of my comments made that about when he was going through all the list of people that were saying things. He wasn't mentioning them by name, but all the complaints, Jason Kelsey's too small, blah, 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 blah.
Chris Carlin.
No, he didn't mention me by name. I'm saying the comment I made was I was the one leading the Torrey Smith can't catch
line. Yeah, that is true.
And he did say that in there, too.
Catch a basket catch.
But anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so I'm just going to play these two back-to-back here. So Joel Embiid was asked about getting to the free throw line in the first half because, he might be a little bit of a foul merchant.
In the first half, drawing fouls, getting to the foul line, really working in favor of both.
I did. I don't know. You got to ask Jalen Brunson. I don't think I got to the free throw line, as much as I wanted.
Well, it might not be as much as you wanted, but that sucks to be you. Joel Embiid also got elbowed in the stomach by Mikal Bridges at one point after he said a hard pick, and Mikal Bridges said, you know what, I'm going to use you as a launching pad to go the other way. So Joel Embiid also had this comment about, getting hit in the stomach?
I got hit on it. I don't know if it was obviously based on what's been going on. I guess I got to protect it more, so I don't know if it was dirty or not. So yeah, I guess I got to do a better job of protecting especially that part.
Listen, JoJo, as much as anybody knows that he can be dirty too. So I would expect at some point in this series he's going to do something that's going to catch somebody's attention.
The Don Chaney go send in the goon, sweep the leg.
He's not a goon, but he can make some plays that are like, okay, I don't need to see that. Embiid's more than capable, and we've seen it. We've seen it.
Yeah, he dislocated. This should be payback. I'll be hitting him in his stomach too. He pulled Mitchell Robinson's ankle out of socket.
Is that it, Tom? That's it. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time, baby. 7 o'clock, Yankees hosting the Rangers at the stadium, and at 8:40, Mets continue their road trip in Colorado facing the Rockies. Coverage begins on 880 ESPN New York starting at 8 o'clock. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. It's your turn, Knick fans. You have been waiting for this. 800-919-3776. The lines are open for you to fire away. You can do so on the ESPN New York YouTube chat as well. That's what you should be doing. You should be a part of the show because you are kicking the ever-loving crap out of everybody standing in your way for the last 4 games. So get up, stand up. Let's hear from you next on ESPN New York.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
If you manage an active facility, you don't have time for disruption. Tricon Construction specializes in working inside healthcare, commercial, and industrial buildings without shutting operations down. That means tight planning, clear communication, safe, disciplined execution, because when patients are inside, when tenants are working, when production can't stop, there's no margin for mistakes. When it has to be handled professionally and handled right, Tricon is the only choice. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Harry Douglas here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
The Knicks are one step closer to their ultimate goal.
The Knicks beat the Hawks 140-89 and win this first-round series in 6.
Will this be the year the Knicks punch their ticket to the NBA Finals?
Brunson right wing walks into his 3. That's good. Rebound Towns and the putback is good. It's a Towns takeover here in the third quarter.
Thanks to all our New York Knicks partners this season, including New York Presbyterian, NYC Department of Corrections, Boost Mobile, and the Parisman Firm on ESPN New York.
All right, let's go. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York YouTube channel, my friends. Let us hit Brooklyn Kev, who has been waiting for quite some time. Thank you for your patience. What up, Kev? How you doing?
Hey, what up, fellas? How you doing?
Good.
Hey, I'm talking about these Knicks, and, they're going to take Philly out, and I think they got too much for Maxey. When I say too much for Maxey, they got a lot of bodies to throw at him. So he's going to be tired. Edgecombe, the rookie, he might hit a wall, and Embiid is not himself. So they should get this series pretty quickly, and then we're going to go over to the 3-1-3 with Bart, and that should be interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I thought I was about to see how confident you were, see if you had bumped your head. It's going to be interesting.
No, Bart. No, I'll ride on the train with you, so I ain't going to bump my head, but I hope you do something in 3-1-3, and we could get out there and ball on a budget, man.
Oh, no doubt. I want to go back to Detroit and go to, call Jaylen up, me and him sitting with the 3-1-3s in the front row. You know what I'm saying?
You and Jalen Rose?
Yeah. Well,
Sit next to
hey,
Isaiah.
Bart,
What up?
Me and my guy would love to get out there with you, man. And like I say, that'd be interesting to see the Knicks and Detroit go at it because, people suspect that the Knicks can't be physical. That'll be the ultimate test.
Well, who's suspecting that the Knicks can't be physical right now?
It's just because they've been beaten by Detroit because of physicality.
Well, no, they have. Well, because they have gotten their ass kicked, but nobody's physically. But nobody's saying they're not capable of being physical.
Yeah, but if the Knicks play like this, I don't think anybody can beat them. You know what I mean? You look at, and it's harder to do it against Detroit because Detroit, even though their offense wasn't working, their defense is exceptional. They have like the top defense in the league.
And the Knicks have had problems with them, with Detroit.
I think they want Detroit. I think secretly they want Detroit because they know if they can beat Detroit, they get to the finals. They'll be battle tested and ready to go against OKC. I think they really want the Spurs, and the Spurs, Ant-Man comes back, finds a way to win.
How about him? How about that last night? The fact he wasn't supposed to play for a month, and he's out there playing last night.
Yeah,
and just off the bench. And they beat the Spurs in San Antonio?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's pretty what they're doing right now is pretty remarkable.
It's crazy because I forgot who was saying this. I think I was listening to Carmelo's podcast. No, it wasn't Carmelo. It was just Chris Broussard. But they were talking about Cade Cunningham too. Like, who's the best American player right now? People thought, Chris Broussard was trying to crown Cade as the best guy. Then they were like, hold up, what about Anthony Edwards? Like, what about Jason Tatum? Like, bro, what about Jaylen Brown? Like, you're forgetting.
The problem is I haven't seen Tatum play enough in a long time.
Well, what about Ant-Man?
He hasn't gone far enough in the playoffs yet for me to have that feeling.
Yeah, but Cade is going nowhere. So who's the best young, I guess you can say young, American star? Like, who's going to take Cooper Flagg is too young. He's
too young.
Did it, right? Jalen Brunson is not there. Karl Anthony Towns, he's Dominican, but I guess you can say he's American-born.
Yeah, I mean, he grew up in New Jersey.
Right, so like Kyrie has lost that mantle. Jimmy Butler's okay. I guess Steph Curry, but Steph Curry isn't Steph Curry no more. Like, he's still scoring, but he's on the downside of his career. They're trying to figure out what are they going to do.
I hate to say it. I actually don't hate to say it. Has LeBron really been taken off that list?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the guy is still capable of doing incredible things.
That's true, but I don't know if I can go the brick. Who else? Is Maxey American?
Yeah.
Maxey. See, we thought that this would be like the Ja Morant era by now. You know what I'm saying? We thought him or Zion was going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, Zion's been an incredible disappointment. I'd really have to look at that. But listen, I understand building the case for Cade.
Yeah.
I absolutely understand building the case for him. Anthony Edwards is up there.
Yeah.
I'd really
he
have
did
to,
will them to the finals.
That's a much deeper dive into something that is going to bore the death out of me after about 2 seconds.
Yeah. That Jalen Brunson guy's pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't think he's that.
I'm sorry,
I don't think he's in
Who?
Cade. I don't think he's in Cade and Ant-Man's. I don't think he has a high enough ceiling as those guys.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Again, if you want to address that to Bart Scott, feel free at 800-919-3776. Bart Scott, to the audience, Jaylen is no Cade. That's what I heard.
I mean, Cade's a two-way player, man. Ant-Man's a two-way player. Jaylen Brown's a two-way player. Jason Tatum's a two-way player. Jalen Brunson is a one-way player. He's great at the one thing that he does.
This will sound crazy. If I was going to make the case for anybody, it would probably be Jaylen Brown. Probably would be.
Size matters.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
I'm a dog, and my job is to make you happy. So I recommend Optimum Fiber for your home. It's famously fast, way better than flaky 5G home internet, which can slow down the more people or dogs are online. So switch to Optimum Fiber, starting at only $25 a month with a 5-year price lock. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. That's 888-4-OPTIMUM. Gus, fetch! I gotta take that. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
The Knicks.
The Let's Go Knicks chants have begun again in earnest.
The 76ers.
And it'll tick down to 0. Ball game over. Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win.
The Eastern Conference semifinals.
It's just one game. Now we got to be ready to go for game 2 in a couple days, and we know they're going to be ready.
Game 2 coverage gets underway tomorrow at 6 on 880 and the ESPN New York app.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
What's up, my friends? This is Francisco Lindor.
This is Devin Williams. This is Luke Weaver.
Bo Bichette here. You're listening to the home of New York Mets baseball.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
At 12 o'clock, Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, YouTube channel over at ESPN New York, where you can conveniently comment on the show, and we will get your comments in. Some of the other people are chiming in with the best American player, and we're getting a lot of Anthony Edwards. We're getting a lot of Cunningham. We're getting a lot of Jaylen Brown, although Kenneth Smith says Jaylen Brown pushes off too much. Listen, if I had to pick one American-born player right now, or one American player out of that group, it would probably be Jaylen Brown, because that dude's a killer. He's an absolute killer. It may be Cade by the end of the playoffs. Jaylen Brown, what he did with that team this year and what he did in the postseason last year, you can save whatever, or 2 years ago, you can save whatever you're giving me right now, whatever look you want to give me right now. That's just fact.
Jaylen Brown got knocked out in the first round.
This year. He's won a championship already.
He has another superstar.
He's finals MVP, was he not?
He has another superstar next to him.
He was finals MVP.
Say that.
And he didn't all year this year, and he was the only reason they were the 2 seed this year when everybody else thought that this was a giveaway year for that team.
Right, a giveaway year, which means the East was weak, right?
No, they thought it was a giveaway year.
So he got his team in the second league.
They thought it was a giveaway year for the Celtics because they had traded everybody away and Tatum was out for the year, and he didn't let it happen.
And because the East was down. No Halliburton.
Congratulations, you got through a round. That's nice for Cade. That's nice little thing for him.
And
had to get down 3-1 of the much inferior team, but whatever.
And it's how he got down. It's how he got down, right? He don't have no help. When did Jaylen Brown never have help? He has Jason Tatum. He had Al Horford, Porzingis. He had Drew Holiday.
Why didn't he have any help? Because your big-time players like Jalen Durden didn't show up when it mattered.
But Jalen
what big-time player goes from 10 points a game or goes from 20 points a game to 10 points a game in the playoffs?
I'm sorry. When have we ever thought?
Facts!
When have we ever thought that Jalen Durden was even Drew Holiday?
I can't do this with you.
He wasn't even the third best. He wouldn't even be the third best player on the teams that Jaylen Brown has had the ability to play with.
I can't do this with you. It's noon. What is it?
It's the...
I took all the steam out of you.
It's the power hour.
I lost count. Tom, you got a count there?
It was Cade plus Duren.
I'd say over 10 at least.
Over more than 10. That was like 20.
You jackrabbit.
I'll tell you,
are you getting notes for the other show?
You trying to write your ticket out of town?
Yeah, he's trying to get fired so he can get workers' comp.
I'm trying to say here.
He don't want to leave. He want to get fired so he can get workers' comp. I know that trick. We're going to make you suffer as long as possible.
Wow. What I'm trying to say is I wasn't counting either.
Well done. Well done. See? He's already mailing it in.
He pump faked it like Joel Embiid to start, and then He did it as many free throws he took last night.
Yeah, man, what are we doing?
Listen, last night was just a butt kicking from front to end, and I don't think that anybody is terribly surprised by it when you consider that the Sixers played a Game 7, that they came back from down 3-1 against the Celtics. They have to expend an awful lot of energy to do that. The Knicks got a little extra rest. That was thoroughly predictable last night. Not a 39-point win per se, but certainly a game that was not going to be in question in the fourth quarter, and that's exactly what we got. Will we get that in Game 2? I don't expect so. I think it'll be much closer. I have said this many times over the last couple of days. I do not expect this to be a competitive 6-game series. I think it's going to be a 6-game series, but one that's really not all that competitive. I think it could be similar to what we saw in the first round. I think Sixers might win a game or two. They might win Game 2, but they're not the Hawks, but I don't think they're a great team either.
They got a lot of talent, and those guys can get hot, so I'm not going to undersell, like, Nick Nurse's ability to make adjustments and all that stuff. So,
but the Knicks are a much better team, are they not?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And they're a much deeper
They're a much
team.
better team. They've played with each other the entire year, so they know how to play off of each other. They messed up. They know how to, they've been through it together. Like, it's tough because they don't know how to play in certain situations to deal with different schemes because they haven't had to face them together as a unit. Talking about, Maxey and Embiid and Paul George. Paul George's been hurt for pretty much 2 years.
Yeah. And listen, he's come back. He did a nice job last series. Embiid is going to have the nights like last night where he looks like he's 74 years old. And he's going to have other nights where he's going to look spry and fresh and ready to go. And I would expect that we would see that Embiid. I don't know about if we're definitely going to see it in Game 2. I think we would absolutely see it by Game 3. And I would expect that the Sixers will win a couple of games here.
They'll get a Jordan Philly.
At the very least, but I saw a stat this morning. I mean, this is not boding well for them. Embiid, as we know, the other day was basically begging the fans to not sell their tickets. And on the secondary market, now, this is New York and New Jersey. It does not specify North Jersey or South Jersey, so it could be Sixers fans in South Jersey. But on the secondary market so far for the games in Philadelphia, 56% of the tickets that have been sold on the secondary market have been sold to people in New York or New Jersey. That's not a good sign. Now, could be South Jersey, because South Jersey is Philly area for sure.
Borderstown, Trenton.
All those areas absolutely could be, but I don't know that it is. And that's not boding well to have that many tickets flying off the board, secondary market, going to New York.
Well, that's Joel's fault. He said, don't worry, he got us. So everybody bought him up. Like, oh, he got us? Oh, yeah, I'm going to get that.
Well, if you got us, where do you got us? You buying them? How am I getting my money from you? I got you. Okay, how? How you got me? You got me by how you played last night?
We're going to give you some tether.
Yeah, listen, he wasn't.
Crypto wash my money.
He wasn't awful, but he wasn't great.
Yeah.
And if that's what you're going to get from them, they don't have a chance. I don't think that's what you're consistently going to get. What I'm more interested in is, are the Sixers really capable of making a big enough adjustment to changing what we see from the Knicks so far? Because over the last 4 games, the offensive adjustments that the Knicks made have just blown us away. Absolutely blown us away. And it makes me wonder what it looks like when somebody actually figures it out. How do the Knicks respond to that? Because at some point, somebody's going to be able to figure it out and be able to respond to it and to be able to answer back.
Yeah. We want to see what happens when they go against a more talented team is what you're pretty much saying. And I feel like
not even more talented, but also one that understands how to defend what they're doing offensively.
Yeah, to force them to grow. And they said how much, they got from, the Atlanta series. Forced them to grow, forced them to figure things out, forced them to adjust. They pushed them. It was good. It was a good test, right? But we didn't expect the test from them. And let's see. Like, I think Cleveland has no chance to beat the Knicks. I think the other matchup is an intriguing matchup.
This just ended. Embiid out Game 2, carpal tunnel.
Tennis elbow.
It's going to be something.
none shooting knee. Like, with your knee? What the hell are we talking about?
800-919-3776. Let's get back to the phones. We'll also hit more of your comments on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. How about Nate in Union, New Jersey on ESPN New York? Nate, what's going on? Good talk,
Good
Nate.
talk, Nate. Damn, Nate.
Nate!
We gave you a chance, Nate.
Nate's not there. Chris in the Bronx.
Nate,
Next, ESPN New York. Christopher, what's cooking?
Hi, gentlemen. How y'all doing this morning?
Good,
this afternoon.
Oh, we do well.
Good. What did I tell you guys the other day about Mikal Bridges?
I don't know.
Yeah, he. Listen.
What do you do?
He's the reason why. Listen, all that little flopping. See, Embiid flops, and then he's a dirty little player. He pushes people on the layups. And I told my wife while we were watching the game, I said, somebody need to check his ribs. And lo and behold, who checked his ribs on the screen? Mikal.
Okay.
And he was out the whole game. Right after that play, you could look it up. You could watch the review. He had a little report about it. Mikal did his job. You want to play dirty, you get it in the ribs. There's nobody on the East that's messing with us, gentlemen. There's nobody. Detroit's not doing it. Cade is really good. Bart, I'll talk to you another time about this whole Cade being better than Brunson.
Okay.
We won't get there yet. But there's no five that's better than the way these Knicks are clicking right now. There's nobody. You guys were selling us scare tactics the past couple of days. We don't know Embiid.
We've been selling scare tactics the last couple of days. We're acknowledging that the Sixers are a talented team. We weren't selling scare tactics. I sat here and told you the same thing yesterday that I told you today, that this was going to be a non-competitive 6-game series.
No, you're right.
And I know that it's counterintuitive to say that, but don't put words in my mouth.
I'm sorry. But listen, give Mikal, he's doing what he's supposed to do in the playoffs. The season, it is what it is. But the playoffs is when it matters. And there's no five that's messing with the way this team is clicking. The bench was killing. Tyler Kolek, come on,
Tyler Kolek, man. that mean the white flag. The white
listen,
flag.
I told you, Chris.
That's when everybody left the stadium when Kolek scoring. Like, we out.
I want to check in for a second with something that I'm going to acknowledge. You said Tyler Kolek bowling out, and I almost went to cut you off, but then I remembered today's your day.
Yeah, it's your day.
So you get your day. Go ahead. You run your mouth.
No, Tyler Kolek didn't ball out as far as like the reason why they won. It was just
he got in the game. That was an accomplishment.
Yeah, it was the end of the game, the fourth quarter. They didn't lose the lead. They enhanced the lead. It was a great thing. New York. We're seeing why Thibodeau was fired. Mike Brown is doing a great job.
Thibodeau got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's not kiss the ring yet. Let's not kiss the ring yet.
We didn't go to the conference finals looking like this.
Oh, okay, that's true.
It's game one.
Again, let's continue to see that it looks like this, because right now you're on the track.
You were ready to kill Mike Brown when he was down to Atlanta.
Right now you're on the track. You're on the track of doing this in a much more impressive fashion than you did it last year. But let's just see that continue. I don't want to be the guy that just says, let's just play the games out. No, but I do expect at some point there's going to be some kind of adjustment to what they're doing.
It's going to be some type of crisis, right? And let's see how they adjust with the crises.
Do you think they face a crisis in this series?
I think that the hatred is so big between these two cities and these two teams. I just can't see Philadelphia laying down. I don't think they have those type of people there. You know what I mean? I'm looking at all the other people who, like, that's on their team, the professionalism. Maxi's a man of pride. Project P is a man of pride. And Joel Embiid. And I think you're gonna get a Herculean effort from him, at least 2 games out of this series.
Javi in Queens is up next on ESPN New York. Javier, what's up, baby?
What's going on?
How we doing?
Thanks for taking the call. So listen, sorry about that. No, what I was going to say was, I think the point where you saw the game was over was when Cat blew right by Embiid and dunked it. It was that moment where it was just for Philly. Philly was cooked after that happened. And I got to say, we're speaking honest, Philly is a great fan town when they're winning. But when they're down, they fold like the laundry in the second round. They shop around they shop around their tickets. That's what they do.
I think you're being. It's not what they do. I think you're being a little bit unfair. You don't understand Philly like this. I can see this happening for the Sixers this year because they've never bought into the Sixers this year, and I'm not making excuses for it. I see why that happens this year. It hasn't been like this is our year for the Sixers. And so people are still not fully bought into what's going on there. Now, I'm not going to compare Philly to New York as a basketball town. There's no discussion to be had.
I feel like Philly, like their fans are great when they're up, but when they're down, they sell their tickets and they don't show their stripes when they're down. So I still got the Knicks in 6 in the series, but I just want to get a really quick Sterling in.
Yeah,
I thought the Yankees did such an incredible job yesterday. I'm 45 years old, so he's like the only radio voice I've ever known. And I was telling Tom, as a young man, I just found him very entertaining. But as an adult now, I find him to be very inspiring. Like he sounds like the type of guy that he marched to the beat of his own drum. He did his own thing, and whether you liked him or not, you knew his calls, you knew him. He was very well liked. So I was just happy that he was honored. And 87 years he lived a great life. I don't think it's sad, but it's more of a celebration of such a great life. So I'm just so happy that the Yankees did right by him, and hopefully their season is inspired by him. I'm looking forward to some more Yankees wins and some more Knicks wins coming up in the rest of the season.
They did a great job getting the JS on the back of the hats for yesterday, and they're going to have that for the rest of the year. Michael's here today, so you're going to hear plenty from him about this in a bit. But my biggest thing with the John Sterling stuff is I just really hope that John got to experience some of the love that he got yesterday before this, because he deserved that. And for anybody that, criticized him over the years because you didn't like the fact that he was not Mr. Nuts and Bolts on the game and didn't tell you that the wind was blowing at 8 miles an hour to the outfield, like you need to just lighten up because it's entertainment. It's baseball. And John Sterling was a guy that entertained in what he was doing. And you might say, well, he made it all about himself. Sometimes that's not the worst thing in the world. The game was always the star to John. He just added his flair to it. That's all.
Presentation matters.
Yeah. I don't think John was ever making himself out to be the star. I think John was trying to enhance the moment by calling it in a more dramatic way. And listen, when the calls mattered, John made some amazing calls in his career. Amazing. Mel is up next on ESPN New York. Mel, what's going on with you, bud? How are you?
Life is good. How are you guys doing? Good afternoon.
How you doing?
We're good. So after the first game of the season, I called you guys up and I said the Knicks may beat the Golden State Warriors 73-9 record. Y'all like, oh, he's insane. And mind you, I only said that because the night before they was on TNT and they were like, yo, make a hot take. So that was my hot take I thought of.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we were dealing with Charles Barkley. Sorry, go ahead.
All right. So, right, but I said that because their offense is looking amazing. Like it was flowing on all cylinders, and I knew that they had the pieces that they could, do anything they wanted to. But during the season, I feel like the moves that they made their defense a way better team. I didn't expect them to be such a good defensive team. And I'm going to bring all that back around to say, which would you think would have been a hotter take? That the Knicks could have beat the Golden State Warriors record 73-9, or they will win an NBA championship? Because I was thinking about that after I made the call, too.
The hotter take would have been the 73-9, not that the Knicks would win an NBA championship. But, listen.
73-9 is crazy.
Yeah, they were never beating that. And, again, I don't know why we somehow got sucked into the vortex of your hot take from TNT, which doesn't even have the games anymore.
It don't even exist. Like TNT.
I think you meant from, inside the NBA.
Yeah, but that's disbanded. But, listen, everything's great right now, man. Like, they have to finish the job.
Johnny Blaze checking in. Mike Brown has unlocked the Knicks. So when we talk about that, when you say he has unlocked the Knicks, you're talking about an offense that wasn't present all season long, and we just figured something out. Well, I don't know that it's a case of unlocked. I don't understand. Like, to me, if this is unlocked, well, you had the damn key on the chain the entire time. Why didn't you try it? Like, the offense, it wasn't like it was a big mystery that the offense could get stagnant when Jalen was going 1-4. It wasn't.
It's not even the offense, man. This offense is the defense. Like, we expected the defense to be stifling. We expected to be able to get out in transition, right? We thought you got Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, you got OG Anunoby. Those are all plus defenders. We expected that to be better. And, they've shown offensively what they can be this year on multiple times, but they haven't displayed on a consistent basis. It's the ability to bite down and shut the water off.
Black Metronome. Chris and Bart, pay attention to Carl's assist numbers. That's what has been unlocked. No, we understand what's going on here.
Yeah,
they're running the offense up top through Cat.
Right, and until Cat leaves and Brunson can go eat.
Yeah, there's nothing that we're not understanding about it. What is encouraging is that Brunson can play that way.
Yeah.
Like, there are players that if you take the ball out of their hands,
can't get involved, can't find other ways to get open shots and be productive.
Yeah. This guy's still going to get shots, and he's not going to be jamming it down your throat. And I don't think it's any coincidence that he is shooting north of 55% over the last 4 games. Like, that's not an accident that's happening. That's because he is comfortable in trying to find his role where he doesn't have to force it himself all the time.
And Philly don't really have a defender that can get up in him. Like, Oubre tries, but he's not good enough. Jalen's so crafty to be able to get away from him. You know what I mean? That's why, you can't take advantage of Oubre's height or Paul George's height because you got to have height, but you got to have reaction time and quickness because Jalen's so good at getting you leaning on his body and creating space by either slowing down or speeding up.
William Goddard, you can put food in Carlin's mouth, but not words. Okay. Oh, I meant that from when I said don't put words in my mouth earlier.
Yeah.
You can put food in my mouth anytime. And another guy's knocking me. He's like, hey, you didn't lose this weight the right way. You're doing a GLP. Like, yeah, I'm doing a GLP.
Did you say that to Serena?
Yeah, you're damn right I'm doing a GLP. Trying to learn. I'm trying to do something to get healthier. Criticize me for that, punk.
You didn't get that answer right. You used a calculator.
I got a lot of that. Exactly. I've gotten not a lot of that kind of smoke, but like the people who get on that, like, listen, man, I've tried it a lot of different ways and I haven't had a lot of success. Now, part of it is not a great, willpower, but it ain't all willpower. I need something to get me going, and I got to tell you, I'm feeling a lot better.
Bro, he take pregame workout, he take creatine, he take protein. You using assistants.
Yeah.
So the same.
You know what? How about this? How about you kick rocks?
How
about you kiss my skinnier ass? I shouldn't say that. But.
Get in my belly.
Oh, God. Just annoyed. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Or everybody just calm down, all right? That's what it means. That's what we mean.
Everybody just keep a cool booty.
I want to hear a little bit more from last night. Here is Mike Brown on sticking with Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, I mean, he's been our starting 2-guard all year. So for me, and he's had a really good season. So for me, it was easy, to stick with him. I mean, as the coach, it's up to me to think about everything, whether I need to change this or change that. I'm always thinking. And but in terms of sticking with him, it's a no-brainer.
Listen, the thing that I found most encouraging is that he is defending at a high level. And when he took on the challenge of Maxey yesterday, he made Maxey work for it. And I don't care whatever he does offensively. I really don't. I need him to defend at the level that he did last night. And if he does, they're going to have an amazing opportunity to continue to roll in these playoffs because that's what they got him for.
He's brought in to be a fourth scorer, really. A 3-and-D guy, fourth scorer to spread the court, hit the midi. And they don't really need him to score points. If they're going to get 20 and 30 from those guys, You know what I mean? That's 70 points if you're going to get 30 from Jaylen, 20 from OG, 20 from Cat. You need stops. You don't have a producing offense problem. You got a lot of guys. Clarkson can score. Shamet can score. You got a lot of guys that can put the ball through the basket. What you don't got is somebody that can lock down and turn the water off of somebody if they get hot and make it difficult for them.
BTA last night. We're getting tired of hearing that phrase, but not around here. It's starting to get worn out, but it kind of fits. It's been a lot of it going on for the Knicks over the last 4 games. 800-919-3776. A couple of numbers that are really eye-opening that you're going to want to hear in moments. Want to remind you, though, Mets fans, for the remainder of the Knicks playoff run, whenever the Mets schedule overlaps with Knicks games, Mets coverage will be moved over to 1050 ESPN to accommodate Knicks radio coverage. On Mets game days, when the Knicks don't play, you'll be able to tune into Mets baseball on 880 ESPN. Good job by the Mets helping out with the Knicks there and allowing them to be on 880 on Knicks game days. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. It's your day, Knicks fans. It's your day. Let's hear it. Lines are open for you. Next.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Today with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Another dominant performance by the Knicks in these playoffs.
Ball game over. Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win. A 1-0 series lead.
Can they keep it up in Game 2?
When all 4 of these teams left in Eastern Conference, when they play their best, the Knicks are the best team that's left.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is just driving the kids to soccer practice. Make every day feel epic in an all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Because when you're hauling kids, gear, snacks, and backpacks, space matters. And so does comfort. Just make sure they keep their cleats off the seats. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey, they say I'm nasty. I really don't care. It's my prerogative. Some ask the question, why am I so fair? It ain't no nothing. You can't about my mother. I'm really not sick. Yeah, Bobby. Bobby was nasty, boy. Whitney saw that thing. She was like, I don't like women's no more. I want men's. Men's. When she told her girlfriend that she wanted to be with Bobby, I think the person that messed it up, it all comes back to Tito Jackson. Slept with Tito. She gave it up to Tito, man.
So here's the thing. My prerogative?
Yeah.
That's my jam.
That's your jam. Oh,
that's my jam.
They get Carlin to the dance floor.
That was at my prom. That's how old I am. That was at my damn prom.
Using that doing the WAP. Tootsie Roll hadn't came out yet. What dance was out there when?
It's 1990.
So I'm trying to think what your dance was. Oh, you were doing the hammer dance.
Hammer was in there, yeah.
You think Carlin was a big chicken dance kind of guy?
Nah, he wasn't doing it. He's cooler than that, man. Chicken dance. See, Tom be shots. He's shooting shots, man.
Yeah, he really is. He's feeling himself.
He's turned full heel.
I don't know many dance moves, to be fair.
Tom has learned. He's went straight heel. 1990,
really
you doing the Cabbage Patch, the WAP.
Tonight's Mets game, according to Laura Albanese, has been postponed and will be made up on Thursday at 3:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow's game will be moved to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Time. What the hell's going on with the weather in Denver? I haven't looked.
It's the mountains. You know how it is. Like it can be sunny as hell, 80 degrees, and the next day it can snow.
Yeah, they said on yesterday's broadcast they were expecting 9 inches of snow today.
Yo,
is that true?
That's what they said on the broadcast yesterday.
Denver's crazy. That mountain altitude, mile high. Mile high means the altitude and the air can change quickly.
Wow. I'm just looking here. It's 78 degrees here.
Yeah, tomorrow it'll be snowing.
Yeah, well, that's here. Don't say that.
No, there. Crazy work.
Carlin's looking at 78 degrees and sunny.
Exactly. That's all I care about.
Oh, nice winter storm warning going on.
Yeah, they got a winter storm warning from 8 p.m.
It ain't
tonight
winter.
Until 3 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. So that's why they're calling out for the forecast for snow tonight. And then so tomorrow's game is now 9:20 p.m. and I'm assuming they're moving that back a little bit because they need more time to clear out some of the snow. Wow.
Hey,
so
man.
the Mets have been postponed, according to Laura Albanese.
I'm not playing baseball.
Newsday.
If I got to put mittens on, I'm not playing baseball unless it's the playoffs.
All right, so tonight's game will be made up on Thursday at 3:10 Eastern. Tomorrow's game, will be moved to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Time. There you go. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York. I'll give you a couple of numbers. You do with these numbers whatever you choose to. Number one, does this mean anything to you? A team that wins game one of a series by 30 or more points goes on to win that series 88% of the time. Does that mean anything to you?
Nah, I don't, man. Every series, every moment is something totally different.
The Knicks have had back-to-back the two largest ever playoff wins in their history. 51 points and 39 points in the last two games. Does that mean anything to you?
How many wins did they count for?
2.
Oh, so you don't get extra for winning by a whole lot.
The good part.
That means absolutely
The good
nothing.
part. Just a hater.
No, I'm saying, like, I don't care. Like, listen, bro, a blowout is a blowout. I don't care if it's been landmarked or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That just means that you didn't take your foot off the gas and you kept stomping on this dude's chest, even though they gave up a long time ago and said, okay, we're going to send our people there.
Over the last 3 games, does this statistic mean anything to you? OG Anunoby, 23 for 30 from the floor. Dude.
He's been a beast, man.
He is
two-way player.
Absolute beast. An absolute beast.
That's music to my ears.
Maybe he should be in consideration for best American player. Oh, he's not American. Is he?
See,
he seems like is he African?
I
He's
don't
from
know.
Nigeria, Senegal, Ivory Coast.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I know that he's
went to
from
Indiana.
Like
Wakanda?
but he is of Nigerian descent.
He Britain. No, he British. Yeah, he looks super proper.
See, here's the thing. Like, no matter how you try to not have it in there is the little Detroit tinge in you, because when I say something like that and I just point out how good the guy's been, you immediately go, well, maybe he's the best American player and it's not Cade Cunningham. Because that's really what you were saying in that sentence. All you left out was the Cade Cunningham. It's called passive-aggressive, Bart. Look into it. It's when somebody tries to take a little dig at you without having the guts to take a little dig.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just making a little point here. That's all. It's okay. Your precious Cade is a great, great player.
A little nugget. Oh, Devin Booker, too. They could be teammates.
They could be next year. I've heard that 6 times during the show. You put 20 in here today or yesterday, and Tom, I think we're getting close. I think we're getting close. There's $73 in the curse jar.
If you got some pocket change, you got to put it in there now.
Hey, at what day do we decide to take that in?
What are we going to do with this money?
We're going to go to the strip club. There's no better way for us to spend it.
I mean, the jar isn't sanctioned, so it could be a possibility.
Be honest. What else can you get for $1? Be honest, $1.
You can't get anything at the dollar store for $1.
What can't even get a slice of pizza in New York City anymore.
I can see one clap for $1. That's worth, bro. That's the only thing that inflation hadn't really hit yet. I can see a clap for $1. I can smack $1 and get one. I get a smack for $1.
The pizza is pretty bad too. The dollar pizza.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad pizza.
No, it's $1.50 pizza at this point.
Is
Inflation's
it
hit them too.
$1.50 now?
For some places, yeah.
Because they're going to give you the tax.
Used to be,
it's 99 cents, but they're going to give you 50-cent tax.
If I'm not mistaken.
We got 50% tariffs on pizza, man, in the city.
I had those late nights going home from SNY, and there was one right by the Lincoln Tunnel, where it was
I know exactly what you're
and a
talking about.
soda for $3.
What was that like?
It was on 9th Avenue.
What was that like 2015? You tripping.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
But it hadn't been. Listen, I know that, but there's still I think it's Two Brothers Pizza and a couple of those other places.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's not $1 anymore.
Yeah, Two Brothers has gone up ever so slightly
to
with their prices.
$1.50 a slice?
Yeah, I think it was $1.50 the last time I've been there.
What about 2 slices and a soda? That used to be $3.
I would imagine that went up as well. But I usually just get the 1 slice and start walking with it, so I wouldn't know the.
Do you know the other day? I was in 7-Eleven, and I saw at the register they had the bigger size Hershey, bigger size Reese cups.
Yeah,
the bigger size ones.
$4.
$4.50.
Yep. You know why I know?
For the one that's two cups. I'm not talking about the one that has 4 cups. I'm talking about the one that has 2 big cups. $4.50. That's outrageous. It's egregious. It's preposterous.
Well, that's a combination of the American dollar losing value and all this stuff and tariffs and stuff like that. And everybody's using
I don't hear about no damn tariffs.
They're using it as an excuse to raise prices. But I guarantee when inflation and stuff I guarantee when the stuff go down, they're not gonna lower the prices. Once the prices hit the ceiling, you notice how they never lower them.
Yeah,
they never go down.
No,
they only go up.
I'm aware. The only thing that goes down is gas whenever that gets straightened out. But, not really holding my breath there.
When we own Cuba, we'd be able to. This dude like, yeah, we gonna take over Cuba pretty quick. Hey, that's somebody else's country, right? We can't just take their country.
Hey, my friends, Sail GP is the ultimate race on water where international teams go head-to-head in F-50 catamarans flying over 60 miles an hour. You think you know who's taking the win in Bermuda? Well, go make your pick on the ESPN New York app. Get it right, and you'll be entered to win an exclusive meet and greet with Sail GP athletes at their team base at the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix. Make your pick now. Get closer to the action with Sail GP. Sail GP, high speed, high stakes. It is the ultimate race on water. Landing in New York, May 30th and 31st.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
No matter your age or career stage, SUNY Canton delivers education at the speed of life. With flexible, fully online degree programs, you can earn your credential on your schedule. Ready to get started? Apply now for a summer start in high-demand programs like applied psychology, cybersecurity, healthcare management, and more. Our admissions team is ready to help you review transfer credits, explore degree options, choose courses, and navigate every step of enrollment. Email admissions@canton.edu today or visit canton.edu to learn more.
Today with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Another dominant performance by the Knicks in these playoffs.
Ball game over. Knicks win. And a commanding start to this series with a 137-98 win. A 1-0 series lead.
Can they keep it up in Game 2?
When all four of these teams left in the Eastern Conference, when they play their best, the Knicks are the best team that's left.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and Alina Mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Yankees fans, have the official Yankees official game day program delivered to your door. Subscribe to Yankees Magazine by calling 800-GO-YANKS or visiting yankees.com/publications and get 8 issues a year for just $34.99 plus shipping. The Yankees official 2026 yearbook and media guide are also available for purchase. Get your Yankees Magazine yearbook or media guide today. Call 800-GO-YANKS or log on to yankees.com/publications.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Chris Canty here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that your fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day everyday food between friends are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Sail GP is the ultimate race on water, where international teams go head-to-head in F-50 catamarans flying over 60 miles per hour. Think you know who's taking the win in Bermuda? Make your pick on the ESPN New York app. Get it right, and you'll be entered to win an exclusive meet and greet with Sail GP athletes at their team base at the Mubadala New York Sail Grand Prix. Make your pick now and get closer to the action with Sail GP. Sail GP. High speed, high stakes. The ultimate race on water. Landing in New York, May 30th and 31st.
Is this another song from your graduation?
No.
Your prom?
No, it was not.
This is about that era, son.
It's about the era. It just wasn't there. So, hey, programming alert, Met fans, for the remainder of the Knicks playoff run, whenever the Mets schedule overlaps with Knicks games, Mets radio coverage will be moved over to 1050 ESPN to accommodate Knicks radio coverage. Good job by the Mets there. On Mets game days, when the Knicks don't play, you'll be able to tune into the Met baseball on 880 ESPN New York. And tonight's Mets game has already been postponed because they're getting like 9 inches of snow in Colorado.
Awful news.
Look at you. Let me just listen. I hope I'm sure people have lauded you for it, but you did an absolutely phenomenal job on the show. I told Bart that I stayed here in the studio to listen to the first 20 minutes of the show and then listen to the rest in the car yesterday on John. Deepest condolences on losing your good friend.
Thank you so much. It didn't impact you that I broke down like a dope, big fat dope.
No, I thought it was great because it shows what he means to you.
It shows that you're human. You know,
but I'm not.
Sometimes I thought you was a droid. You know what I mean? So,
like
sometimes I wish I was.
And when you had Susan on, and she's talking about, like, I can only imagine over the 35 plus years, whatever it is, almost 40 years, some of those nights at the bar. At the hotel bar.
I wish I could tell some of the stories on the air, but out of respect to his memory, and he has children.
Yes,
but just the greatest stories because he just lived life like he just wanted to have fun.
Yeah,
and he didn't want to hurt anybody. He wasn't mean at all. He was an absence of malice, and he didn't like rules. And he just wanted to have a blast.
I heard you tell the story about going into Canada.
No, I don't understand this. Why can't people go where they want, when they want, and not have to go through customs? There shouldn't be borders. I said, I don't think it would work, John.
I think they have different
countries shouldn't exist.
I think they have different rules.
Yeah, he hated rules. He was not a rule. So a guy told me yesterday, a guy Bill, who started in 1989 as a security at the Yankee Stadium. He's still there. Great guy. And he was assigned to the press room. And John had just started, and John never wore his pass anywhere. And at Yankee Stadium, you got to wear your pass.
Yeah, I know.
No matter who you are. And so Bill said, well, do you have a pass, sir? He goes, no, I don't wear passes. So Bill goes,
do you have
well, you can't get in. And John goes, do you know who I am?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
And so Bill goes, frankly, I don't.
Oh.
And he goes, well, I'm John Sterling. I'm the voice of the Yankees. Bill goes, well, that's a great job, but you're not getting in.
Ooh.
He said, I was told Mr. Steinbrenner doesn't get in without a pass. So John goes, how long are you going to be here, Bill? And he goes, well, the rest of the year. He goes, well, we're going to have a problem.
with a straight face, though, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like dead ass serious.
And not being a jerk to the guy.
He didn't. Why do you have to have a pass? What I mean,
I'm supposed to be here.
I thought you were going to say my voice is my pass.
Well, he actually had a line like that because I came from a journalism background. So when I first started, night game, I'm there at like 2:30 in the afternoon. And John would show up at 6. I said, John, how do you do it? He goes, I said, how do you prepare? He goes, I prepare because I have this voice. That's my preparation. And he did. He had one of the, Mike Breen and I were talking about it this morning, had one of the greatest voices of all time.
Oh, totally agree.
Yeah.
And that is a gift from God, that voice.
And knew how to use it. And that's when I knew he was really struggling because when he got out of the heart surgery, I spoke to him like the next day, 2 days later, and he sounded unbelievable.
Yeah.
Sounded like he did when we worked together. So when we started working together, he was in his early 50s.
Yeah, it's amazing that somebody who got their dream job when they were 50 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he had great jobs before that, but still.
Yeah.
And then did it for 35 years.
And so he sounded great. And that gave me hope that, because open heart surgery for an 87-year-old, Bart, it's not great.
Yeah, I know.
And then I spoke to him about 6 days ago, and he didn't sound good. And I called up Susan. I said, have you spoken to John today? She said, no. I said, give him a call. And then she called him, and she called me back, and she said, no, I don't feel good about this. And I said, I don't either. So I kind of knew he was in trouble.
Yeah. What should someone who doesn't know about John Sterling, had never heard him, had never known anything about him, what should that person know about John Sterling?
One of one. I've never met anybody like him, and I will never meet anybody like him. He didn't stress the little things, and I think that helped him live to 87. He just laughed off stuff. And I told the story yesterday on the show. The mask dropped out of the top of the airplane, and he laughed. He just brushed it aside and laughed. Like he couldn't think like anything bad could happen to him. It's just he lived in a bubble, and it was a happy bubble, and it was not a bubble where it impacted other people. He just was, life was a cocktail hour for him. He wanted everybody around him to be happy, and he wanted to be happy. So, and also he was a unique talent.
Yes.
He's like Dos Equis, man. Like, he's the most interesting man in the world.
He was.
Like, I was seeing him, and I met him later in life. And, I mean, talk about aviator jacket. First of all, like, only he could pull off an aviator jacket. But he had the scarf with it, too. Like, all I needed was the goggles to come down. Yep. I mean, he got the sternum out. He got the button, like, he only got one button. You know what I'm saying? Sternum out, just confidence, just crowing like a peacock.
Oh, unbelievable. And when I started working with him, we always joke about this off the air. He sported a Speedo. Like all the time. That's how he kept in shape. He swam every day on the road.
Yeah.
With the hotel pool. But he rocked a Speedo.
And I would contend this. Susan said it as if she's never known anybody who is as comfortable being in their own skin as John.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen any celebrity on any level, at least up close, that enjoyed being who they were more than John.
Yeah, he enjoyed being John Sterling.
Yeah.
He enjoyed the spoils that came with it.
But he wasn't a jerk.
No, he wasn't a jerk. He wasn't a big timer or anything like that.
Oh, he'd talk to anybody.
He would talk to anybody. He really would, and he was great with fans. And the only time it made him uncomfortable is as he got older, he really lost his hearing quite a bit. And I know the feeling. It's happening to me. And he just couldn't hear. So in cocktail hours or in bars, became very difficult for him to hear. And he would, occasionally he'd get hearing aids and he would lose them. I told the story the other day. He was terrible with electronic stuff. So he had a flip phone. That's as far as he went. And, all the engineers that he had over the years at the Yankees, Brian Ferguson, Carlos Silva, Jack Maldonado.
Carlos Silva.
One of their jobs, I'm not lying, was to go to his house at the beginning of each season and program his VCR. Like he had a.
Don't they got DVRs now?
Well, that was beyond him. But like they had to program his VCR for The Young and the Restless. He had to watch that from 12:30 to 1:30.
Wow.
And they had all his TV set up. Like I said yesterday, if John was alive last night, he would have the Yankees on one screen, would have the Knicks on another, and the end of the Met game on another. He knew. So I was talking to Ricky Ricardo, the Yankees Spanish broadcaster, who also is a Spanish broadcaster for the Eagles.
I love Ricky.
And
great guy.
7 days ago, when things were really going downhill, he called and checked in on John. And the only thing John wanted to tell me about why did the Eagles draft the way they did. John knew everything about sports.
Yeah.
And he loves sports. He watched all the games on Sunday during football season, and he's breaking down the draft with Ricky Ricardo about what the Eagles did. That's John.
Do you I know you talked about this a little bit yesterday, but listen, when somebody passes, we all speak glowingly about them and all that stuff. I think that yesterday, it's great to see how baseball kind of reacted and honored him. But I also felt like just watching it somewhat up close over the last 25 years, there are so many across the game who didn't love John's style because he wasn't the nuts and bolts guy. He wasn't the guy that was going to tell you what it was 8-mile-an-hour winds out of right center field. Do you feel like John, in his later years as a broadcaster, and when it was announced it was going to be his last year, did he ever get to feel the love that he got yesterday? Did he ever get to experience
I think
that?
he felt it in one-on-ones with fans.
Yep.
Right? Like, I was with him in restaurants. People would come up and do his calls to him, and that meant a lot to him, especially because how mean and vicious the radio and TV guys were toward him. I mean, you could criticize people, but they were nasty.
Oh, they still, and listen.
Especially as he got older, too, and it was tougher for him to see. So that hurt him. And I told somebody, I think I told Don on the afternoon show, like, he passed away yesterday morning, but I wish that he was alive, and everybody thought he was dead, so he could see everything. So he could see everything.
He could just kind of hang out in the corner.
Kind of validate, because people talk glowingly about you when you're gone. You should do it before. And, like, he always knew he was never going to get into the Hall of Fame because those people that vote for that's not their style.
It's 13 Hall of Famers,
right?
Broadcasters, and then 3 of those media-type critics, if I'm not mistaken, that vote on Ford Frick.
Well, I mean, the guy, the 2 guys that Kurt Smith, who's like a biographer of Vince Scully, and David Halberstam, the John's not.
They're
their
not
style.
John's their guy.
It's just not their style. So he knew that, and it hurt him because some people I got in, he would go, oh, look who they elected, Sam Straight Arrow. Like he didn't derisively look at people that did straight broadcast, but that wasn't him. No. He was really an entertainer. He was not that strict, nuts and bolts.
Yep.
Like sometimes he'd go on, and like when I was working with him, I'd slip in the score every now and then because he would tell stories and stuff like that. And he understood he was not that prototypical broadcaster, but he was a damn good broadcaster.
And I knew what was going on in the game.
Yeah. That Sinatra song could have been about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely could have been. Thanks for popping on for a couple. And I know it's obviously a tough couple of days.
Why are you dressed so nice?
I gotta go to work. Gotta do the Yankee game tonight.
Oh, okay.
Do the game tonight.
Makes sense.
Had a meeting here today, big meeting.
Me too.
Big. Oh,
we
you
did
do
too. Yeah, we had a.
You had it already?
Yeah, we had an emergency meeting.
Yeah, even Rosenberg's in. He's never
lost?
in.
I asked if he was lost this morning.
You took the shot on first take.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're saying,
How do I not look up at the TV, see Peter, and say,
they know
who that is, right?
I'm going to make you feel badly right now. Buck Showalter called me right before the game started yesterday. He said, you know the one thing about John that I loved? I said, what? He goes, he wasn't mean.
Right.
He goes, and I've worked with broadcasters that were mean.
Yeah.
He goes, John would criticize us, and that's part of the job. But if he knew that I was having a hard time, he'd come down just to check in. You're mean, Chris. That was mean. That was just mean what you said about Peter Rosenberg. That's a human being, my friend. That's a teammate.
He's hungry. You wouldn't like Chris when he's hungry.
Yeah, I am a little hangry.
Hangry?
Can't give him Snickers.
But I thought you're not supposed to be hungry.
Oh, I'm hangry.
Really?
Yeah, listen, I'm still hungry. Am I not human? I may be fat. Do I not bleed?
But I mean,
you know you haven't eaten.
But don't those shots make you not hungry?
To a degree, but I mean, listen. There's a lot still left to feed here.
Did I come in here with a salami sandwich, some chips?
Have you ever looked at Bart and wanted to chew his arm off?
It's pleasure. Like a nice Hershey bar.
Slap a little mustard on there. Yeah,
why not? Slather it up.
Absolutely. Sure. I know you'd eat it plain without any condiments.
Of course. Yeah.
Michael is next, right here on ESPN New York.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser